everybody. Appreciate you guys checking in. Sorry for the delay. Seems like there is StreamYard's having some echo issues, so we were trying to figure that out in the background. I don't know if it's just us. Went on a couple shows earlier in the week with guys like Rundown and Jeff. It looked like they had some echo issues as well, and so we'll see kind of how it works out. But appreciate everybody rocking with us. Appreciate your patience. But we got game tomorrow. We got our first preseason game tomorrow. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things. We got training camp. I'll talk a little bit about training camp. Was lucky enough to go out there for a couple days. We got open practice. Again, I was lucky enough to attend open practice. I'll talk about that for a quick second. But then we're going to jump into it. Take a look at the depth chart. We got some news that Kubiak basically said that they're going to be playing the starters. And he also said that Mendoza should get plenty of opportunity out there. So we're going to talk about that as well. And then we're going to chop it up and talk about this Cardinals game. We're going to talk about players that need to step up, players that we're excited to watch for, maybe just some overall position groups, and have a little bit of fun with it. So we're going to jump into it. Again, apologize for the delay, but we didn't get after it. So we appreciate everybody rocking with us and tapping in. So let's do this to kind of start this off. Remember, if you guys can, do us a big favor. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. You got Protect the Show podcast on my left. You got the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider. Real talk, Raider Nation. We're going to check out the chat here in just a second. But Severe, I'm going to say what's up to you first so I remind myself to mute me so we don't get too much of an echo. So what's going on, my Severe? How you doing?
Man, doing great, man. How about yourself? Excited to see actually some football being played, man. We've been hearing a lot of rumors. A lot of opinions, a lot of reporters reporting what they think is happening and what they say is happening. Now, for the first time in a long time, we'll be able to see it for ourselves, man. So excited.
You're on mute. You're on mute, 805.
Man. Well, it looks like I don't know, it looks like my picture's shoddy or like the internet's a little rough on my side, which is weird, but whatever. We'll deal with it. Chris,
man.
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just living the dream. Hey, it's the first time I sharing the screen with with both of y'all, man. So it's good. You know what I'm saying? I think Biden was president last time we all got together, man. So you know what I'm saying? So but nah, man, it's starting to get excited, man. I can't lie, man. I went through a little phase where I give a damn about this team, but I'm starting to come on back home. So it's gonna be fun to watch this game tomorrow and see what's going on. But I'm feeling good, man. Can't wait to see you guys on week 1.
Yeah, we back, and not only are we back on Wednesdays like you see us today, but we're bringing Sundays back. So starting this Sunday again, kind of through the off season and stuff, we chop Sundays out the regular weekly schedule. And we're bringing it back this Sunday. Obviously, with preseason kicking off, now there's going to be a lot to talk about. So definitely tap in with that. Do us a favor. If you can, double tap the screen, hit the like button, hit the sub button. If you want to get included in the chat, hit that sub button. But we definitely appreciate everybody rocking. So let's do this. I start a couple in the chat already. So Severe, if you want to do the honors this time around, say what's up to people in the chat.
Yeah, no problem, man. Shout out to Gabe Davis, Raider Dog. Salute to you. He says, "Go Raiders." We got my guy Cam Smooth says, "Go Broncos." You guys have a great show. It must be one of Chris's folks, I'm assuming.
That's my dog.
Hey, I don't know about the Go Broncos, babe, man. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love.
I bring in the riffraff, bro. I bring in the riffraff.
That's all. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to my guy JX Raiders Mendoza versus Beck 2.0. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be, because technically Beck is supposed to be third string quarterback behind Brissett and Minshew. I don't know if he elevated after that last preseason game, but we shall see. And Mendoza, he's supposed to be second stringer.
Did Brissett ever sign? Is he signed?
Yeah, they modified his deal.
Yeah.
They modified his deal.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, they modified his deal. So he got, I think it was about guaranteed money. So they hooked him up, but they just really trying to solidify that number 1 overall pick. Man, Cardinals know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Right.
Shout out to my guy Bruce Willis, 63 2K. He says 915 in the house. Shout out to you. Moon over Miami says, hello, I am good. Hey, we are good as well. Linda, always a supporter. What's happening, brothers? Let's get going. And no injuries. Go Raiders. Yes, that's the most important thing. No injuries. We'll see if Kieran Crawford can make it through the national anthem without getting hurt. My guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, salute to you. Isaiah, hey, shout out to you as well. Isaiah, brother Yaya, always a supporter, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Emmanuel, what's good, fellas? What's good? Back with you. Shout out to Watch Raiders, man. Another great Raider channel. If you guys haven't subbed already to Watch Raiders, man, head over there. He brings some fire.
Yeah, OG. Well. He kind of an OG to the game.
OG in the game, man. He
been in it for a minute,
one of the
man.
first channels I was watching.
He been in it for a minute.
Man, Watts, are you from Watts, California? No, I'm from South Central, man. So you from Watts, California, man? Holla at your boy. Let me know. As always, dropping dimes in the chat. It is my 2 cents. Let's go, Brandon.
Drop a dime.
We don't know what that really means.
Got Myra Jeezy in the building, too. Salute to Myra G. She said, can't wait to see y'all home opener weekend, Pittsburgh 2.0.
Nah, not for my digestive tract.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's do this, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody rocking out with us. Let's do this because you guys can still rock. We'll get into the first topic because we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about training camp. But if I continue to be real choppy, this is the first time I've ever seen it like this.
You gotta pay that bill, man. I know you Asians usually good on your bills, man, but you might be
I should be able to
might be a little delinquent. You better you know Spectrum says you better pay that bill or you're gonna have some issues, man. Pay that bill.
This is weird. I don't know. So we might get with the first topic and then I might jump out, hold down. You guys can hold it down. I might like restart the computer or something. This is weird. But we're gonna go to the first topic real quick. Talk a little bit about training camp, open practice, stuff like that. I'll kind of give you my takes. I was able to go 2 days of training camp. Saw it kind of firsthand, but then went to open practice. I'll start with open practice real quick because that one I think is going to be pretty quick and simple. Yesterday was open practice. What I'll say is I think it's great that they do it. You get the fans involved. Everybody was excited. That was a lot of fun to witness. And it's always fun kind of getting that stadium and kind of seeing the players. Now, Clint Kubiak did state that they were going to do some scrimmaging yesterday. Well, just so everybody knows, they were basically in soft shells. And so it was not full-on hitting. It was not full contact. They were not tackling, nothing like that. And so plus it was extremely vanilla. There was not a whole lot of difficult concepts being thrown out there. I want to say Kirk Cousins maybe threw the ball 7 times. Fernando maybe threw the ball 5. Same with Aiden O'Connell. They spent probably a good 90% of the practice just doing drills. And then they just kind of right towards the tail end, they went ahead and did some full team, some field goals. They ended it with some field goal kicking and stuff like that. And then that was basically it. So there really wasn't a whole lot to watch when it came to open practice. It was definitely for the fans. Now, the one thing I will say, which was really good, is in years past, everything was open. When I say everything is open, they only allowed you in the bottom bowl. So the first level, they didn't allow any fans to go up to the second or third level. And so in the past, everything was open. So when you're trying to get a beer or you're trying to get some food, you can look and see the field. This was the first year that they had curtains basically going from top to bottom. So you couldn't see the field from where the beer is and all the food is. And so that was definitely different. But then they also were extremely strict that even when they went team, they made sure everybody shuts their phones off. There's no pictures, no videos, no nothing. Last year in the past, they didn't have that restriction. And if you remember last year when Pete Carroll was here, they did a full-on scrimmage. And so you could literally videotape anything you wanted. Same with AP. And so I thought that was really good because, short story, Spicy Raider. Did a little live podcast with her and her boy that she knows. He works at the M Resort, and he's actually the technical guy for M Resort. And so when all the players, when the Raider players and the opposing team, the opposing team, they have to stay at the M Resort the night before the game. And so he's responsible, and his crew is responsible for setting up all the conference rooms for the team so that they can go over game film and they can kind of do their last minute prep, stuff like that. One of the things he told me was it was really weird because he knows he's like, I know nothing about football, but what was really strange is that every team that comes in, every opposing team, they are extremely strict with the requirements and guidelines that they have as it relates to making sure that when the doors are open, when they have when they're reviewing film, going over game film, when they're going over their own stuff, those conference rooms, those doors have to stay shut. So every single team has a requirement of somebody is at the door, and if it pops open, that person's job is to shut it. They want to make sure that there's nobody on their level that can easily look in and see. Whereas he sits there and goes, the Raiders don't care. The Raiders could care less if the doors are wide open. They could care less if there was no requirement of that for doors to be closed. So he thought that was weird. But this year, they had curtains completely closed to the field. They had people with signs at the bottom that would clearly say no phones, no cameras. And they had people walking up and down the aisles, making sure that if it was a session where there's no phones, no cameras, they were looking for anybody to try to take a picture or video, and they were shutting it down quickly. So I think to me, it was just really good to see that they're actually trying to implement that and just being a little more secretive with everything going on. But again, when it came to open practice, there was nothing to see. It was very vanilla. It was definitely just for the fans, and they kept it very, very simple and basic. So that was open practice. It was fun. Had some beers with the guys, and we had a little fun. When it came to training camp, look, I do think I know that people have reported that Fernando Mendoza has struggled, but then he kind of turns it on at the tail end and so on and so forth. I'm going to be just very clear and blunt. Fernando Mendoza has a long way to go. A long way to go. He is, as much as the depth chart, we're going to go over the depth chart. As much as the depth chart says he's number 2, I'm not going to lie. If we played an actual real game that mattered today, he's the number 3 quarterback. And it's not even close. Because Aiden O'Connell, at least he's scanning the field. He's getting to his third or fourth reads. He looks just a little more comfortable. And that's not a knock on Mendoza. Aiden O'Connell has been in the league for 3 years, right? So he's just used to NFL defenses. He understands that side. Mendoza, he just, nothing about him looks comfortable out there. And so I think, again, just long story short, I think there's a long way to go with Fernando Mendoza, and I'm very curious what the what tomorrow's preseason is going to look like. So, and one thing I said this with Leo, and I'll just preface this real quick. When they say Fernando Mendoza looks like he finishes strong, there's a specific drill scenario that they put in at the tail end of practice, and it's basically special teams where they set it up. It's like a 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 situation. They run a play, then they run the field goal team out, and they kick the field goal. They rep that at the tail end. Both days, they rep that for the last like 15 minutes. Well, if you just take that for what it's worth, Fernando Mendoza is basically throwing a good 8-yard pass. It's completed. Everything looks good, but the defense is giving you the 8 yards because it's 3rd and 15. So those beat writers, I don't know if they're taking into consideration the scenario, and then all of a sudden they run the field goal team in, they kick the field goal. I think that's where they're saying that Fernando's is finishing strong. And if that's where you're taking it from, well, of course, he's going to complete an 8-yarder because the defense is giving you that. So I would just kind of take it for what it's worth. But in my just assessment of watching training camp, he has a long, long, long way to go. So I think you guys have starred a couple things. Let's do this. You guys take over the chat for just a second, because then we'll get into the depth chart. We'll get into the Cardinals game. But also, if there's any questions of training camp that anybody has, kind of collect them. If you got some questions, let me jump out, restart my computer so I can get this thing squared away, and you guys go. So, all right, you guys take it. I'll switch it up real quick.
Cool. I'll get this kicked off. Salute to my boy Ryu, man. He said, "Are we cooked if Beck outplays Mendoza?" That would be, yeah. That would be crazy. That definitely be crazy. Cause honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Beck looked all right. You know, I mean, he looked how how you would want, a guy. I mean, again, he was playing against, the second and third string guys. But I mean, but he was out there with second and string guys too. I mean, that's what people fail to realize. Like that line was a second string line. The receivers is so, it's all good. But he actually played better than I thought he would. I can't lie. What was your thoughts?
Nah, facts. Nah, he looked comfortable out there. He moved well. I saw him scramble.
Yeah,
get down for a first down. Was willing to take a hit in the preseason game. So he looked like he's out there. He wants it. Made a few real nice throws.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I wasn't impressed by what I saw. I don't know. What impact that has on the Cardinals. I might have ensured he gets no playing time because the Cardinals, I think they, like I said, man, I don't think the Cardinals are trying to win a damn thing, to be honest with you. But, if they mess around and they have a Beck and he can be a guy that they feel can be the leader of that team from the quarterback position. Because remember, just 2 years ago, Beck was the number one quarterback going into that season. And,
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was him and Ewers. I thought both of them was trash. And they both struggled that season. Kind of vindicated. But Beck came back this last year with Miami and looked good. Went all the way to the national championship. He's a little bit older, a little bit more mature. He's had some adversity, and I think that's important for a player to face at some point in their career because you want to see how they respond from having some adversity. He had a tough season at Georgia. Hit the transfer portal, went somewhere else, and went to the national championship game. So, and I think if they find their answer at that solution, find the solution to the quarterback position in him. I don't know if they double dip and go for Jeremiah Smith, after how Marvin Harrison Jr. is turning out right now.
Yeah,
but it's some Dylan Stewart is a guy at the top of that draft that they can end up going for. My guy from Texas, the pass rusher Colin Johnson. Is another guy.
He's nice. He's gonna be nice.
He's gonna be cold too. So that could push that could push some quarterbacks down and leave some good players not available, which would in turn hurt us and hurt us what we want to do because we already took a quarterback this year.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. My boy, I'm not bueno in the building. Let's see. Oh man, my man, Manuel. He said we got the cow Mendoza, not Oklahoma. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Okay.
That's wild.
So,
you good now? Yeah, you good.
All right, cool. And then how about Severe? You hear an echo?
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
I think we Gucci. There we go.
All right, we good. We good.
Okay, we back. We in business, people.
There's the Scorpions, man. It was getting you.
No.
I forgot about that.
Probably. Don't put that on me. No. So for those of you that stuck around when we broke down Fernando Mendoza's game film after the college season and stuff like that, I know a lot of people are chalking up Mendoza's struggles with just rookie struggles. That's what I'm hearing a lot. Everybody's like, well, he's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. And you're right. But the problem with what Fernando is showing is that, one, he's looking very inaccurate. And we showcased it. We showed if it's not a back shoulder fade, if it's not an RPO, if it's not just a simple go ball, then his accuracy is not very good. It's 50-50. And when you look at him in training camp, and again, if you guys want to go onto the shows, shout out to Cheeto. He's got his boy Chona. I was sitting next to Chona. I was sitting next to Fu Chris. I was sitting next to Ginslinger. We were watching every single throw in full team scrimmage, not the one-on-ones where you're just throwing, you're playing catch with the player. It's full team where there's at least an offensive lineman in front of you. There's some obstruction in front of you. You got to actually go through a read. He was extremely inaccurate. Within the 65, maybe 70 throws that I saw him in full team, because day 2, that Saturday, he had all the first team reps. he was extremely inaccurate. That's exactly what you saw on his game film. If it wasn't the RPO back shoulder fade, it was 50-50 accuracy wise. And so when that's who he is in college, and now you're seeing it in the NFL, the question isn't, oh, well, that's just struggles. No, because he didn't show he could do that in college.
Yeah.
So now you're sitting there going, is this just who he is?
Who he is, yeah.
It's not like a Caleb Williams or some of these quarterbacks that they were accurate in college. They could dice up a defense in college. They could play out of structure in college. But with Mendoza, he was very inaccurate if it wasn't just a first read throw or RPO or back shoulder fade. And so you see it now. And that's where in the preseason, I'm really interested. I want to see, we'll get into it, but I want to see just how is this accuracy when live bolts are coming at you? When you now have to actually function within an NFL offense, not an easy Indiana offense that was a very, very elementary just playbook. So we'll see. That's my take on that. My bad.
And, no, from your opinion, is it something? Is it mechanical? Is it something like it's a mechanical issue where he's not? It's a flaws in his throwing motion that can be cleaned up, or what do you think is the root cause of some of his inaccuracy?
So I think it's a combination of one, he's got to get his footwork down from playing under center, right? And I think he'll get the footwork down. That's fine. Just the standard, handoffs and getting out from under center. I don't think he's gonna have a problem with that. But because he also did not go through progressions a lot, I mean, the amount of times that there was games where he didn't go through a single left to right or right to left read, right? I'm going to my first progression to my second, third to my check down. Rarely ever did it. And when you have to do that now in the NFL, my question is your body going to move with your eyes? Are you going to be in position to be able to make a good throw? And that was my biggest knock on Shedeur Sanders. When Shedeur Sanders got to his third and fourth progression, his accuracy dropped dramatically. And that's not good. And so, but then the also thing that it's something that I actually did not notice when we were breaking down the game film, but I sure as hell noticed it in the training camp. Because he ran so much RPO, he has now developed and has gotten very comfortable with a very quick short release. Because if you think about RPO, it's just catch, bang, I got to get the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch his throwing motion, it is very much just
he wants to get rid of it. Yeah.
I think it hurts his accuracy. I don't know if that's the full reason behind it, but when you have just a quick jabbing release where it's just a quick throw and you're trying to actually throw it more than 10 yards downfield, that could hurt you when it comes to your accuracy. But again, watching training camp, and it wasn't just me, there was more eyes sitting next to me on it that have their own shows. His accuracy needs to improve a lot. And so we'll see
how's his timing, because that was one thing that I was going to be worried about, is timing, specifically if he doesn't have a clean pocket, because you can kind of get away with it in college if you got the right guys. You got some veteran receivers, which he had, but you can't be throwing no back shoulders to Trey Tucker. So it's like, what does his timing look like, from what you saw?
So I think his timing is off if his first read isn't there. If he's got to get to his second, it's off, because I didn't see him being comfortable to know when do I get off my first read. Now, mind you, that part is just learning, right? You're a rookie, brand new system. And so you just don't have the timing down with your receiver. You don't understand the playbook 100%. And so it doesn't look great, but I don't fault him for that, because he's still learning. But the one thing I'm going to watch for, because you saw it in training camp, is we showcased it. He doesn't have the best pocket presence. If it's like a straight drop back and he's got to actually read a defense. The pocket presence is not very good with him, and we showcased it where he drops his eyes way too early.
Try to run, yeah.
And if he has that instinct in the NFL, it's going to be trouble. So I'm going to be really curious how his pocket presence is going to be, because 90% of the throws, 95% of the throws that he made between Friday and Saturday were just short dump off or running backs in the flat or first read, quick out route to the receiver. That's really all it was. I saw one time where he actually got to his third read and it was a backside dig route. I forget who the receiver was.
I think you said it was Malik Benson. I think you said he was late. It was behind him.
Yeah. It was like, behind him. He had one deep ball attempt and it was completely overthrown. But then
that was a Jack Besh though, right?
No, that was
oh, okay. I was about to say you always going to overthrow Jack Besh. I can overthrow Jack Besh.
Exactly, right. You just sitting back there 5 seconds waiting for Jack Besh. He ain't even cleared 40 yards yet. He was like,
I mean, all right. LV was with me on Friday. Shout out to LV, man. You guys go check
LV, man.
Yeah, shout out to Nate, man.
There was a lot of handoffs between Friday and Saturday. It was a running joke going into Saturday. We're waiting in line to get in. And I'm sitting there going, I wonder if they're just going to hand out the ball to Fernando, because that's literally all they did Friday. It was handoff and it was a check down or dump off. Again, out of 65 plus throws, he threw a deep ball one time. That was it, and it was completely overthrown. But because it's a lot of check down and short routes, you don't get to see whether or not he has good pocket presence, because he's not climbing the pocket. He's not having to get to a 5-step drop, wait for a receiver to get open, get his eyes to move, and then he's got to maneuver in the pocket a little bit. You just didn't see it because they literally just threw nothing but short routes all day with Fernando. And I don't know if they're just playing it safe. I don't know if they're just like, hey, we're going to really, really ease you into this thing. I don't know. But then I started to watch on Saturday. He's hitting short routes, dump offs. Are the guys deep open? And there were moments, I counted at least 4, where guys were open deep and he just didn't take the shot. He just checked it down.
Yeah, so that's what my next question was going to be, is like, it's not like we have the receivers that's going to get a lot of separation. So, just to play devil's advocate, were the guys open downfield? So you say there were some times that he just flat out didn't even give it a shot?
No.
Yeah.
One time he went deep between the 2 days and roughly around 65 passes. He attempted a deep ball one time.
And that was the overthrow?
That was the overthrow.
So let me ask this, because I know this is a question that people are going to have, or this is a conclusion people are going to jump to, where it's like, oh, maybe that's just Kubiak's offense, right? He wants everybody to throw short. So when you saw the other quarterbacks in there, whether it was Friday and you saw Kirk in there, or Friday and Saturday when it was Aiden O'Connell, even Jacob Clark, hell, were any of those guys attempting to push the ball downfield, and was it at a rate that was higher than what Fernando Mendoza was attempting to push the ball downfield?
So let's do this. On Friday, I don't even know if Kirk can push the ball downfield. He was basically hitting some kind of like 10-yard dig routes, some 15-yard kind of deep drag routes with Brock and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, Kirk Cousins' arm scares me, because I think his arm is just not that strong. It's going to be rough, I think, for him once it's actually live. I said this on Monday with Leo and the guys. I'm like, all it takes, because if Kirk Cousins his mechanics looks like he's really struggling to kind of get the ball out quickly, and there's really not a lot of zip on the ball at all. And then once you have a live rush coming at you, all it's going to take for him to have to just shift in the pocket or throw off balance or throw off your back foot, and it's not going to be great. Hopefully it's fine and he can work through it, but he just doesn't have the strongest arm. So him trying to throw deep, I just think that's because he can't do it. But it was funny. And Nate, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it might have been that Friday. I think it was actually Saturday. It might have been the Friday. Aiden O'Connell, he was throwing the ball deep. He was trying it. And so I want to say on day one, on Friday, Aiden O'Connell threw the ball deep, I think twice. And then he threw the ball deep, I think 3 times on Saturday. And so I don't think it was they're restricting him from throwing deep. I just think he's just not seeing it, and he's just opting for the check down. Now, one thing on Saturday, because he got reps with the ones, he got, without question, he probably got 70% of the full team throws when they went full team. On Friday, there was a really bad interception. Again, if you guys go back to the Ohio State game early on when he threw that quick wide receiver screen and the corner jumped it and picked it off, Greedy Vance got him. So Greedy Vance jumped it, picked it off, and that was the interception that day. He did it again on Saturday. And then when the reports came out that Fernando Mendoza fumbled the snap from under center, but also fumbled the shotgun snap, a couple guys, Vinny Bonsignore, Q Myers, they came out and said, oh, well, it was over his head. No. It was right at his head. He fumbled the snap under center, and it was right at his head, and it just bounced off his hands. And that was at the tail end of practice when he just wasn't having the best day. And so to me, it felt like, okay, is he just nervous? Is he a little rattled? I don't know what's going through his head. But fumbled the snap, and then the very next series, fumble hits his hands, and it goes over his head. So, and not Fernando wasn't the only one without mistakes. I think Aiden O'Connell, he tried to roll right a little bit, and it was 114 degrees, and the ball literally just slipped out of his hands. He just dropped it. It was pretty bad. So yeah, like that's the concerns that we showcased and that I had at Indiana. He's still showing in training camp, and a lot has to do with just accuracy issues. So
let me ask you this, because I'm a person where I don't mind if my quarterback is throwing interceptions during training camp or during practice. If it's a situation where they want to say, oh, you know what? Let me take a chance on this pass right here. Let me see if I can fit this ball in here. And, hey, you don't know what your limits are until you test them. So I have to test my limits. I got to say, okay, can I fit this in there, against this guy? I know this guy's about this fast. Can I fit this ball in there? I know the receiver's running here. Can I layer this throw in here in this kind of coverage? Oh, you know what? I see the cornerback has his head turned. Can I layer this throw over his shoulder? And, you hope he doesn't turn around. If he's taking chances like that, okay, I'm good. Was it one of those situations, or was it a situation where he just made a poor read and a poor decision and it resulted in an interception?
Well, the two interceptions I saw were literally just on screens. And so this is my thing. And it was kind of towards
oh my God. Oh my God.
But it was kind of towards the second half of the full team sessions. And so this is what I was thinking. Again, I played the majority of my days as a defender. And I played on the defensive side. And I don't know if the
all the Aiden O'Connell stands are like, hey, boys, we're back in business. Kirk Cousins got a weak arm. Fernando Mendoza throwing interceptions on greens. Hey, boys, stock is going up. Buy low.
It was funny. Shout to Fu Chris. That was
man. He's throwing interceptions to a future personal trainer in Greedy Vance. That is insane.
Healthy. We talked about that early, a little bit before. No, so the screens actually were happening kind of towards the second half of the full team session, and so this is just my assumption, is that because Fernando Mendoza was hitting nothing but short routes and dump off routes, I think the defense was just they were waiting for it, and I think Greedy Vance, on the two interceptions that he had where he just jumped the screens. I mean, the one on Saturday, Greedy Vance, it was a pick six. It was gone. He just dropped it. And so I think the defense just started to understand that Fernando just was not going to throw deep. I mean, if you're only throwing deep one time out of over 60 attempts, I think the defense now just knows I'm jumping everything short. And they weren't even attempting anything past 10 yards. And so you're not even asking Fernando to even try something, right? And Severe, I 100% agree with you. The training camp, the OTAs, the preseason, those are the times to be like, okay, let's try this. I don't care what the result is. Let's just try it. Let's see what your comfort level is. Let's just see kind of how you're progressing, right? They're not even doing that. Everything is just short, one read, kind of. We're going to try to hit you in the running back in the flats, or the tight end is going to line up in the slot and he's going to do a quick speed out, and Mendoza just catches and throws. There's nothing within practice that's telling me they're trying something with him. They're maybe trying to kind of get him to the next level of the progression. So,
and you know what's crazy when you think about that, because just listening, you know what I mean, you know, people are going to say, you know, that's Clint Kubiak's offense, and, you know, talking about in the West Coast and all that stuff. But if you look at Kubiak's offense, just look at it last year, like you look at Sam Darnold, if you look at him going downfield, Sam Darnold was tied for the most 20+ yards catches downfield, and that's just not just with Yak, but just attempts that traveled 20+ yards. I mean, he was tied for that. And then also, you know, I think I was looking at, you know, some stat that was saying that I think he was like 12 to 13% of his passes were going over 20 yards. So I mean, he's not afraid to take chances. Like, he'll go downfield. So, you know, just the act like he's just doing dink and dunk the whole time. Yeah, you think about that with a West Coast offense, but he's also going to go downfield and try to stretch the field. So the fact that, again, I know it's early, but the fact that we're just seeing that from Mendoza, and we know that's what he's known for and what he's good at, you know, I expect tomorrow, I want to see him go downfield. You know, I want to. I know we're not going to see, you know, a whole lot of stuff, but, you know, I don't want to be super vanilla where we're just seeing what we know Fernando's good at. Like, I want to see him stretch the field, take some chances, see, you know, if he can slide some stuff in there. But yeah, just to act like, you know, Kubiak's just going to dink and dunk someone to death, that's just not the case. You can just look at the numbers of what Sam Darnold did last year.
I'm going to address this one for Daryl. You're saying Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. Shout out to Marcus. They do a good job over there. Said his errant throws was from testing those window throws mainly. He didn't see any bad throws like that. I'm hearing two different stories.
Two way different stories.
And so the only thing I would ask is whether or not Marcus is actually out there, because they don't let you record full team. You might be seeing like one-on-ones. You might be seeing maybe some 7-on-7, but they don't even let you record 7-on-7. A lot of what you see on either social media or what can actually be recorded is when they're off doing just one-on-one routes. But when it's actual 7-on-7 or team, there's nobody recording. And I don't know of anybody that has access to the actual scrimmage film, because even the beat writers and all those guys, the media, you can't record when the full team is out there. So unless Marcus is actually out there on the field, and if he is, great. I'm not saying he's not, but unless he's out on the field, he's not seeing anything as it relates to any substance of reps.
Yeah, he was out there Saturday, so he wasn't out there Friday. I believe Saturday was the day he was out there.
He was out.
I watched a little bit of the show. Yeah, what? Like, I mean, I challenged him on a few things, and like I said, when I asked him about it, he kind of hedged. He's I mean, and that's the thing. Early in practice, he struggled, but, you know, like, everybody keeps pointing to the 2-minute drill. That's like where he's just 2-minute drill, like this epic 2-minute drill that he had where he threw no passes over 10 yards, and where, you know, it's like everything was, you know, like defense is probably in prevent at that point, playing super soft coverage, keeping everything in front of him, rallying and tackling, and then, you know, he goes downfield, and, you know, he gets a score. So that's some of what he said. I think something else he said was like the main reason. He said Kirk Cousins was in trouble, but I think the main thing he was saying was kind of in agreement with you, was that Kirk's arm just doesn't look great. He doesn't have like not a lot of velocity on the football. So, you know, there's not really any zip there. And with Fernando, the ball comes off his hand pretty well. So you can see that there was a distinct difference in their ability to kind of just throw with any kind of power. But like, I don't want to hear about Fernando looking good in like one-on-ones or stuff like that. Like that's what you're saying, like, oh, he's just accurate in these one-on-one drills. Yeah, there's no pass rush. There's like those drills is essentially designed for receivers to like low-key win, right? Like if you're not winning those one-on-ones for the most part, then that, as a receiver, there's some issues there. So I don't want to hear if he's talking about those, but I know like Tape Don't Lie said he looked good, but I can name 5 other people that were there with you that say that echo what you say as well. And there were people that were like Fernando, believers, right? As Raider Twan would say, they were Nando sexuals. And there came away with the same take that you had, was that, yeah, it wasn't a good day. So, like I said, man, like you gotta take what people say with a grain of salt sometimes, because there are reasons people say certain things, and I don't know what the reason is behind that. Maybe in his opinion it looked good, or maybe he's grading Fernando on a certain curve based on his expectations, which is a distinct possibility. But like I said, there are 4 or 5 people that are saying the exact same thing that 805 is saying.
Well, and it's tough because like, did he complete passes? He completed some passes, yeah, without question. And it just depends on the perception of the person watching as to whether or not you think that's crisp, right? Like, that impresses you, like, and that's the difference between just the difference of people evaluating. So, I mean, look, he had, everybody went crazy with I believe it was Saturday when he had the touchdown pass to Trey Tucker in the red zone.
Jesus.
I mean, it was an out route by Trey Tucker, and Fernando just caught it, threw it. It was out route. Good throw, good pass, but it wasn't anything special. But everybody was like, oh my God, did you see that throw? It was a simple out route by Trey Tucker. But nobody showcased or saw the 4 other throws around that were completely inaccurate. So Fernando Mendoza was not good in the red zone when they went through those drills on Saturday. But then also, yeah, it's just situational. When they say he looks good in the 2-minute drill, well, the defense is literally going to play soft coverage, and you're going to be able to get every 5 to 7 yarder that you want. And so I did hear some beat writers saying, oh, well, he strung together like 4 complete complete passes in a row. Well, yeah, it's the 2-minute drill. Like, the defense is going to give you those throws up until about the 30-yard line, and then you finish it off with the field goal. And so it's just that depends on what, the person that's watching, what their evaluation is. But overall, it's, in my opinion, based on what I saw, and again, I had a bunch of guys sitting next to me that are actual Fernando Mendoza fans and walked away going, holy shit, it doesn't look good. I think he just has a long way to go. So
let me ask you this, Federo. Are people saying positive things about Fernando Mendoza? Do they have a clear bias for him? Or if they're saying nothing but good things, do they have a clear bias for him? Is that your frame of thought? I'm just trying to get your frame of thought, because he was out there. I wasn't out there. Chris wasn't out there. I don't know if you were out there. If you were out there, bro, please, by all means, I'll send you the link. You can come up. You can tell us what you saw. But if you weren't out there to see anything, and he's giving you an honest assessment with other people that were there with them, saying the same thing, people that were Fernando Mendoza fans saying the same thing. So my thing is that if they're telling you the truth and you don't like the truth, doesn't mean there's a bias. Like, you have a bias against the truth, that's on you. But we don't have any bias against anybody. We just give you the information. You take it or leave it. Only person I have a bias against, 2 people. I have a bias against Jack Besh and Tommy Ackenberg. They're both wasted picks. And Kieran Crawford, too. I have clear bias against them. If I'm saying something bad about them, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of disdain. So take that with a grain of salt. But everybody else, bro, I'm going to be honest about. And like I said, but I have no reason to lie or wish anything bad about the kid. He's number 1 overall pick. So if we tell you what we're seeing, you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it, or you don't have to agree with it, but it's not coming from a place of bias or wishing failure upon him. It's coming from a place of what we actually see.
And the thing is, the whole bias thing, it's like, yeah, granted, he wasn't the guy that we wanted to pick, but the thing is, he's a Raider. We want him to be good. I would love to be able to tell you that this kid is going to be the next John Elway and all this. I would love to tell you that. I would love to say I'm wrong. I've done it before. I was not thrilled when we drafted Josh Jacobs. I really wasn't. There was some other people on the board that year I wanted. But I had no problem saying I was wrong. it's not about being biased. We're just going by how we feel and how we evaluate, you know, and sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. But, you know, just to say we're biased just because we're saying something that you don't necessarily agree with, you know, at least we're telling you why. You know, we're not just giving you a opinion. We're telling you why and giving you the why behind it. And that's all you can ask for.
So let me ask you this, Federo. So I'm just, my question is that you assume that we're giving you bad information. So your assumption is not that Marcus has a bias for Fernando or is going to paint everything through the rosiest picture. Your assumption is that we're going to give you bad information. So, like, we're giving you an honest assessment. And like I said, there's other people that were there with us that can say the same thing, or they were with 805. They can say the same thing. So it's not like it's coming from one.
Bingo, here it is
person.
right here. I just want the kid to succeed on our team. We all do. We all share that. We all, and the thing is, we all want to hear that that's happening as well. And again, a few years ago, I would have been all for it. I would have only listened to the content creators that is saying what I want to hear. And if they're saying anything that is, you know, objective, I'm not even going to tune into that person because I want to hear this certain thing. But at some point, you got to get to the point where, you know, you want to hear what, you know, for one, you want to be objective. You want to hear all angles, because again, these are the same people that told you that, you know, Geno Smith was looking good last year. They're the same people that told you,
Tyree's a beast. He's gonna be a beast.
Tyrese is a beast. He just an animal out there. I mean, these are the same people. You know, hey, Jack Besh, he blocks so good and gets open, gets set. Like, these are the same. In fact, I mean, salute to Marcus. I got nothing but respect for him. But I had to call him out last year when he showed a 5-yard out by Jack Besh talking about he cooked the DB. And I'm like, what? He cooked him
out on like third and 12.
Yeah, it was a 5-yard out on the 3rd and 12. Oh, he cooked. Who was it? McGuff, or who was it? Was it
McDuffie? OJ McDuffie.
Yeah. He cooked them on it was 3rd and 12, and he got a 7-yard out. I'm like, we just see it differently, man. That's all I'm saying. We just see it differently.
And I have raised 3 kids, still raising my 2 youngest as Raider fans, and we have been crap. You know how hard it is to raise kids and have them support this team over the last 20 plus years? Like, trust me, I want them to be good just as much as the next Raider fan, right? We all want them to be good. I want my kids to actually want to watch a Raider game. But
and look, Fernando was a rookie, bro. Like, he's a rookie that came from a simple offense where he had, first of all, he had the #1 defense in the country and like a top 5 rushing offense to back him up. And it was a 3-read system, 2 reads and check down. So he's obviously going to have issues in a pure progression system, right? He didn't even have like he didn't even make like full read. He wasn't even going through full reads at Indiana. So to go not even from making like half field reads or straight RPO reads to a pure progression style offense, that's a major leap. That's like going from like arithmetic to like algebra 3 or something like that, right? To trigonometry. Like, that's a major step forward. So obviously he's going to struggle. So like the fact that he's struggling, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. The fact that we're telling you he's struggling shouldn't be like, oh, you guys don't like him. Should be like, oh yeah, he's a rookie that came from a simple system where midway through the season, the coach said, hey, I have to simplify this system to get the most out of this quarterback and the most out of this team. So he cut down what he was doing, and it worked. And they went on to win a national championship, and Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman off of that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. He had a great supporting cast, and we want to do the same thing here. We brought in a coach that we think has a great scheme, and we're trying to build a great running game, and we're trying to put together a really good defense. All things that he had when he was at Indiana. So, I mean, like, it's the same concept here. He's just not like we heard early on, Kirk Cousins is going to start this year no matter what. Like, they said that for a reason. Like, it wasn't because like they don't like is Kubiak biased against Fernando Mendoza? Does he not want the kid to see? Obviously not. They just understand where he's at in his development. And they're, you know, you can say, maybe you can argue that, you know what, he's just giving them, he's spoon feeding them right now. He doesn't want them to throw over 10 yards. He doesn't want to do this. Maybe they're just spoon feeding him right now. If that makes you feel better, then just think of it that way. but we know where he's at in his development, and he's at least a year away from being a starting caliber NFL quarterback in the league, according to his GM, his pseudo president of football operations, Tom Brady, and his head coach in Clint Kubiak.
And for Daryl, this is gonna be basically the last one. It's like, it's not that we don't like the kid. It's all based on picking him at number 1 overall, and the criticism, the constructive criticisms that we had. Literally, I went on here. We spent almost 2.5 hours of breaking down his game film, not just showing one play or two plays. It was a massive amount of plays that took hours upon hours of watching game film. I probably watched every Indiana game again, except for UCLA. Every Indiana game of last year, probably 7 times, just looking and evaluating. And then I came on here and we broke it down for 2+ hours, showing you multiple examples of what is good, but also what the concerns are. And so it's not that we don't like him. It was just whether or not we thought he was worth or should be picked at number 1 overall. That's it. So now that we have him, it also doesn't mean that Clint Kubiak can't just run or tailor his offense to what Fernando's strengths are and just keep it like that. And all of a sudden we have a really good run game and we're winning games 17-10. I don't mind being the old school Ravens. We have a damn good defense. And we 17 points a game.
Yeah.
As long as we win, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that we don't like him. It's just doing just the evaluation that we did and showed it to you, improved it to you. But it's whether or not, people want to believe. And that's fine. To each their own.
And the thing is, we've all been wrong, and we don't mind it. Like me and Severe was going at it when we dropped Brock. When we drafted Brock, he was telling me Brock wasn't it, and I'm like, but the thing is, we understand we're wrong. I was wrong about Jacobs. I was wrong about what's old buddy, the defensive back from
Quinyon. Yeah,
I was wrong about Quinyon. Like we don't mind being wrong.
Quinyon.
Yeah, like we don't mind being wrong. So it's not like it ain't about being biased. We just call it how we see it. If we're wrong, we're wrong, man. That's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I was wrong on Keon Coleman.
I tell you, I'm not wrong about.
I thought Keon Coleman would be good, and that hasn't worked out. So, okay, training camp. That's it. We're definitely going to see how it works out. But let me do this. We're going to talk depth chart. And I restarted my computer, so I need to pull that depth chart back.
Before we get started, I got to shout out my boy, man. My boy, my dog's podcast, man. He Cleveland Browns fan. That's my best friend, man. But he got a question. He said, okay, y'all may not like him at number 1, but do y'all like the way the organization is handling him and not just throwing him out there? Yeah, go ahead. You can start that. Go ahead. You want that 805? You want to?
It's something that I've said very early on when we did draft him. I said at least they are doing a really good job of setting the foundation for Fernando to just go through the process within his speed, right? The coaches now have the flexibility to be able to move Mendoza along in whatever speed they see fit. And so I think that they set the foundation properly. We can lean on Kirk Cousins for as long as he is here and healthy, and you don't need to rush the process. So yes, I 100% agree that they've done it properly.
So for me, go ahead, Severe.
No, go do it.
Yeah, so for me, I like the idea of it. I definitely like the idea of it, but I think we did him a disservice by getting Stooks in round 2 when you had someone like Denzel Boston available. That's someone that he could grow with. And then even round 3 had Ted Hurst available. So again, it's like I feel like round 2 and 3, you didn't get no one that can really help Mendoza. If you really think about it, there's so it's like most of the time, when you get a young quarterback, you're either going to get him someone that's going to help protect him or it's going to be a weapon for him. And, for us to have what they say, the second worst ranked wide receiver room, I think we got the worst. I don't know who
the Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Is the Dolphins. Yeah. So probably the Dolphins, but I'm just saying, so that's where I'm at with it. Is like, I don't mind kind of slow cooking them and letting them get ready and setting them up for success, but you got to get them some dogs out there, man. And like Jack Besh, he ain't it. He ain't it. Jack Besh and a couple 5'8" receivers. That's not it, man.
Help him do what? Carry his groceries to the door? What are you about to help Fernando
Right.
do?
Yeah, man. Like, yeah,
Oh my God, bro. You know,
it was,
he gonna help. Know what Jack Best is gonna help with? When they play in New Orleans, Jack Best gonna know where all the good restaurants at. He
shit.
for sure gonna help. He for sure gonna help. He gonna know where all the spots is at.
Oh man.
It's right over there. Is where my brother Pat. Like,
Yeah, it was just too it was too many weapons out there to help him. That's my biggest thing. But I don't mind having them sit. I mean, I don't like it, but you know, I think we miss an opportunity.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like I said, I like the way they're handling him in terms of letting him sit down for a year, letting him watch a professional quarterback and Kirk Cousins. I think they selected the right guy for the job. It's almost like like Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart, and maybe it's a similar situation where they expected Russell Wilson to play the entire year, and eventually they saw enough from Jackson Dart where they felt comfortable throwing him out there. Maybe it's that situation. But the difference is Jackson Dart had to carry the team at Ole Miss, and Fernando didn't have to carry the team in Indiana, so that's a slight difference where you're putting that burden on this kid's shoulders early on. I think that can be rough, and him having to deal with the expectations of being a number 1 overall pick, and if he doesn't succeed, the kind of animosity and booing he could face, that could be tough, and that could that could hurt a kid's confidence. And if you don't have a line that's going to protect him, it could be a real rough go at things, especially when we're facing some of the best defenses in the league, right? We're going to see conceivably, if he don't get hurt by then, we'll see a Nick Bosa. We're gonna see a Myles Garrett. We can see a Aaron Donald and a Myles Garrett on the same defensive line, right? We're gonna see a Jared Verse. We're gonna see some dogs out there. So to subject them, we're gonna see Jeffrey Simmons again. You feel me? So and then Nick Menino and that entire defensive line that damn near broke the single season sack record for a team. Like, he's gonna have to go through a gauntlet. And I'd rather it be Kirk Cousins going through that gauntlet and Fernando Mendoza sitting on the sideline with a Microsoft Surface tablet, being glad that it wasn't him out there taking the beating.
Yeah.
We talked about this last show, and then we'll get into the depth chart. Gerard Pope in the building said they should make Jack Best third tight end. Severe, what's your thoughts on that?
From what I'm hearing, they essentially have. Like 805 sent a message that I still chuckle about to this day, where it's like, not only did Jack Best not get a single pass in his direction, then no quarterback even looked at him. No quarterback even looked in his direction. So, Jack Best, and it can't, I don't know, it can't be like this entire season, because the one thing if I know about Clint Kubiak, about just offensive-minded head coaches in general, they hate tails, whether it be formations, whether it be personnel groupings, they hate tipping off what they're going to do based on those kind of stuff that teams can see pre-snap, right? And if Jack Best is out there basically as a blocker most of the time, then they know when Jack Best is out there, he's not really a receiving threat. So, and maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, you can leak Jack Best out on a route and it goes for a big gain, but it ain't gonna happen all the time. So, right now they're treating him like a third tight end. He's a wide receiver in name only. He doesn't have the height or the weight to be a true tight end, but essentially he's a glorified third tight end. He's basically a blocker.
Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna throw it your way, but Severe just said it. Being at training camp on Friday and Saturday, Jack Best didn't get a single catch in team or 7-on-7s, and when it wasn't happening on day 2, I started to look and go, okay, let me just look at the quarterback's eyes. Like, are the quarterbacks getting the ball from under center and at least looking his way, at least giving him a chance to go, okay, I'm just going to see if he gets separation off the line of scrimmage. They didn't even look his way for 2 straight days. And I do think he got 1 catch yesterday in the open practice. I believe he got 1 catch in the open practice yesterday. But the Friday and Saturday I was there, not a single look to Jack Best in full team or 7-on-7. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with that kid. Chris, what's your thoughts on Jack Best, maybe tight end?
No, the thing is, you got to think, you can't just put someone in a tight end like that. You just can't, like you got to think, like Michael Mayer is known as like, you know, a big. I mean, he was known as, you know, a complete tight end, but he even struggled with some pass protect, you know, with blocking. Like Jack Best ain't gonna be able to truly be like a blocker like that. I mean, it's not realistic. If anything, he would just be, you know, like a receiving tight end. But it's like on the roster that has Brock Bowers and Mike Mayer, like
say
yeah,
it,
like
say
what,
it. Don't try to say no Albert O and then like that.
yeah.
Mike
Hey,
Mayer.
I like Albert O.
You
but I
was
mean,
thinking.
for me,
You was
Albert
thinking. I know
O is
you
a
was
real
going.
tight end too. For me, that's all I'm gonna say. But hey, Albert O would kill Jack Best.
Oh
Man,
in
he's
foot
faster
race?
than him. Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
Nah, but it's just
nasty.
Like, yeah, it's just like you know, maybe in Madden you might want to try to put him at tight end too, but I don't think it's realistic for him to be a tight end too. And, I mean, for one, how tall is he? He's like what, 6'2"?
This is what we brought up.
6 foot or 6'1".
Yeah, this is what we brought up a few weeks ago. Yeah, like
6 foot.
He's not even big enough to be a tight end option.
That's what I'm saying. That's
the closest guy to him would be because I thought like. So I was thinking about, like, you know, undersized tight ends. I'm thinking like, oh boy, I thought Harold Fannin was smaller than he is. Harold Fannin is way bigger than Jack Best.
Dude, he's like what, 6'3"?
Yeah, Harold Fannin like 6'4". I want to say 6'4", but at least 6'3". Like he way bigger than Jack. I was like, damn, I didn't know Harold Fannin. Like I thought he was like he's still considered an undersized tight end, but I didn't know he had those kind of measurables. So yeah, man, Jack. And the fact that think about this, if we did move him to tight end, that means we drafted Michael Mayer in the second round. As tight end,
traded up to get him.
Yeah, trade up for Michael Mayer in the second round as tight end. Drafted Brock Bowers in the first round as a tight end. Then came back the next year and drafted another pseudo tight end in the second round.
That's nasty work, bro.
Oh my god. Oh my what? When there was much better receivers on the board, like everybody knew there were much better prospects. Like Torrey Horton, way better than him. The Jalen Royals way better than him. It was plenty. Kyle Williams way better. It was plenty of other guys on the board at actual wide receiver that didn't start their career in the conference where there were actual athletes. And you know, when he was in the SEC with LSU, he was a tight end. As soon as he moved to the Big 12, bro, you can play wide receiver. And the only year he had more than 500. I want to say more than 500 yards receiving was his last year at TCU. So he didn't even produce that much those other seasons. So he had one good production year in college at TCU, and after being a tight end to begin his career there.
Oh, SoCal. Come on. He is, bro. Renfro was in the slot cooking, bro. Betch has a nothing on Renfro. Nothing. Yeah. He don't got the hands. He definitely can't get open.
Oh, he don't got
if Renfro didn't have them concussion issues, and I think he just, you know, McDaniels, like he just, you know, that kind of messed him up. But
too. I think he had like that digestive issue too. I want to say.
Did he?
Yeah. He had some kind of autoimmune disease. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like you can't. Yeah, Besh could not run nearly the route tree that Renfro could. Yeah, not even close. Not even close.
Like, imagine Jack. Just imagine this, you guys. Imagine Jack Best trying to run the China route. Just picture that in your head.
He would trip over his own feet, man.
He get stuck. They would get stuck. Can't get out my break. But Cole Kev, he said no. Jack Best was not getting separation in practice, and the thing is that he's kind of running as the number 3. So it's not like he's going against our number 1 corners and can't get open. He's going against Greedy Vance.
DeCamerion
Richardson. Has he been in the slot? Where have they had him? I know not at X. So
they move him around a little bit, so it's. I think he's obviously. I think he's just opposite. Well, Jalen Naylor wasn't at practice Friday and Saturday, and they were running basically Trey Tucker as the 1 and Besh as kind of like the 2, and so he was going against like Darian Porter. I think he was getting a little bit of burn against DCAM, stuff like that. And so, but it's like, we know what Darian Porter is. We know what DCAM is. Like, they're guys that need to improve. They're guys that need to step up in order to be somewhat of a presence on this defense. So if you can't get separation on that, you ain't going to the good corners. You ain't going to the top, 20 corners in this league and doing anything. So, yeah, Best just got a ways to go. So, okay. All right, let's go to the depth chart, and then we're going to get to just kind of our breakdown of the Cardinals game. Let me go ahead and pull up the screen. We're going to get this thing rocking. Do us a big favor. Double tap that screen. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button. Remember, we're bringing back Sundays. Took Sundays off in the off season. Bringing back Sundays. So definitely tap in Sunday evenings with us. But you got Chris Textual Podcast on this side. You got the Severe Raider over here. I'm Made Raider. Real Talk Raider Nation. First time in a long time. Us three, the trio has been back in the Raider War Room. It's been a minute. It's a good time.
Yes.
And if you guys can be out there for the home opener, we're going to be out there. Definitely hit us up on IG. Tap in with us. We love to put names to faces and chop it up with people.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna be at the opener, man, put a 1 in the comment, man. Just curious.
Also, Chris, let them know what you guys are doing week 3 as well as I bring this up.
Oh yeah. Week three, me severe turf. We're gonna be at. There's gonna be a private party on right on Bourbon Street, man, for week 3, in New Orleans. It's gonna be wild, man. Private party, all you can eat, all you can drink, top shelf liquor. Got some DJs coming in from Oakland. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild, man. So definitely, if you guys are going to that game, man, hit us up. You know, when me severe turf get together, it's wild. It's wild. And then week 1, me 805 severe, we getting it popping. Salute to Dub Raider. Dub is gonna have he's having a cigar event on Saturday at Tap and Ash. So we're gonna make sure you guys see all the flyers, man. So anyone that's gonna be there, salute to A-Line in the building. I say he's gonna be there at the game, man. So definitely come check us out, man. Kick it with us.
Yeah, when these three on the screen get together, it's like Chris says, it's a movie. It's a movie.
Tap and Ash last year was good, man. We had severe drinking some old fashions and all kind of shit.
Man, yeah, man, out the gate.
Hey, the Gator Skin Raider hat is coming, man. It's coming.
Oh man,
you know. I'm a skin the gator myself, baby.
I need that waterproof joint to come out, man.
Oh,
waterproof joint is
that's coming out, man.
That's the one.
Yeah, that might come out for the opener, man. That might come out for the opener.
Man.
Oh man. All right, we got what do we got? What up, Jason? What's going on, man? Appreciate you popping up in here. Good seeing you, man. Yeah, guys, definitely go check out Jason's channel.
Yeah, salute to Jason, man. Fire show.
100%. Okay. Yes. SoCal knows.
You already know. Loon might be there. He might bring his hat. If you know, you know.
Man, right?
If you know, you know.
I think you put that hat to rest. I think.
Yeah.
But Loon, he probably has backups.
Oh yeah, he got another one. That came in a pack of 3. You just don't get one of those.
Exactly.
It's like buy one get 2 free, bro. It's like, yeah, you just don't see that at the hat store. But like, I want that one. Nah, bro.
Exactly.
You get the variety pack, bro.
That was probably the worst one out of the 3. I don't want no.
Yeah, facts.
Salute the Loon, man. Salute the Loon.
Shout out to Loon.
Man.
Okay. Let's go. We're gonna. All right. Let's get this. Bang. Let's get this depth chart going. Let me move this up. Bang. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay. Depth chart.
Can you zoom in a little more or no? Okay. Can you make us smaller and make that bigger or it won't all fit?
It won't go any bigger. I'll zoom in. It's probably gonna be the best I could do. It's gonna cut off some people. Okay. So Clint Kubiak came out. He said that starters are gonna get some burn tomorrow, and it's crazy. We got a game tomorrow. He also did say that Fernando Mendoza is gonna get plenty of opportunity, so it's gonna be good to see him just get out there, get some reps, get some opportunity. But let's do this. Let's start it out with the depth chart. And just kind of the way that it is playing out right now. Obviously, Kirk Cousins, the 1, Fernando 2, Aiden 3, Ashton Genty. We know what the running back room kind of looks like. I am really curious in chat. Let me know. Do you think that there's a world where Dylan Labe actually makes this team? Do you think Roman Hemby is going to make the team? I know that we picked up the running back from Houston.
Yeah. Daria Agumbawale.
Yeah, so Severe, you could say it every time. We picked up the running back from Houston, third down running back. He's a third down guy, special teams guy. And so Chris, I'll throw it to you first. What's your thoughts on Dylan Lobber? Do you think he might make this 53-man roster?
I think it's gonna be tough, man. I think it's gonna be tough. Because the thing is, scroll down, go to the kick return. Like, do they really have what's his name? Yeah, like you have a McCoy back, as a back. Like, honestly, I don't want McCoy nowhere close to returning punts or anything like that. Like, Labe, like, to me, if he makes the team, it should be as a punt and kick returner, honestly.
The only thing I will say is yesterday at open practice, I saw Malik Benson. He fielded close to 20 punts yesterday at open practice.
See, now to me, that would be ideal. That'd be ideal. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, because Lobby, his very first one he ever had, he fumbled. We'll never forget that. So
those carries, he didn't fumble any kick returns.
Oh, he fumbled a kick return though, didn't he?
No,
I feel like he did. Maybe not his first one.
He
I feel like he did.
He got a carry in preseason and he fumbled. Then he got a carry in the regular season and he fumbled. Only 2 times he touched the ball on offense. He fumbled both times. It was crazy. You saying is Hemby going to make the team or is Lobby going to make the team?
Lobby going to make the team.
Yeah, I think Lobby. I don't want to say a lock, but I think he's damn near close to a lock to make the team, just because of what he does on special teams. I think he's the kick returner. I don't think they're going to have because Trey Tucker is our wide receiver 2, potentially our wide receiver 1.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even like Tucker back there, right? So
him listed, like I said, but this depth chart is about as useful as Tyree Wilson in a pass rush drill. Is I think they just put it out there just to have it out there. Some of the stuff we gonna see don't make no sense. We'll point it out. But Trey Tucker as both the kick returner and a punt returner and playing like wide receiver. Like bro, what? Like, do you want to put that kind of mileage on this little dude? So I don't think he's going to really be the starter there. I think kick returner is going to probably be Dylan Lobby. Maybe he's the up man, but even then, you don't even want him to be the up man in the kick return game. So, and punt returner, I doubt if they put Jermon McCoy out there for like maybe in a situation where if we need a big return, maybe we put Jermon McCoy out there if we need a big punt return. I know like some teams have done it in the past, like the Steelers, once AB kind of turned into AB, if they needed like a big return, they would put AB back there to kind of get them some juice. But for the most part, it was somebody else taking those duties. Maybe something like that. But
I don't want him back there at all. It ain't worth it. It ain't working for me.
But Lobby's gonna make the team on special teams. I think Hemby is gonna be a practice squad guy. That was probably one of my favorite UDFA pickups was Hemby. Because I like what I saw from him in Indiana, but I don't think he's going to make the team this year, especially since we're going to have Hayward as the fullback. I don't think we're going to carry like 4 running backs and a fullback, and I think Lobby is going to be more valuable than Hemby is as a special teamer.
How is I haven't had a chance to really watch Mike Washington. I mean, I watched him, but how's his hands?
Yeah,
he can catch out of the backfield. I don't know,
but what about just like getting separate? I mean, I know he's fast, but like, can he, do a China route or whatever? Yeah,
he not know like Alvin Kamara or nothing like that.
So
like,
okay,
he's better than K9
that Lobby can do.
Lobby can get out there. Like Lobby, you can low-key put Lobby in the slot, and you can do some stuff with Lobby. Lobby had damn near 300 yards receiving the game against like a Division I school.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking, so maybe change of pace. I feel you.
Yeah, Lobby can get busy as a receiver. Mike Washington,
kid we picked up from Houston. I mean, he got a lot of burn in Houston as a third down back. He got a ton of catches out of the backfield, and he's a damn good special teams guy. Not necessarily a returner, but he's damn good on kickoff, kick return, those type of things. And so, if Lobby just doesn't show any potential as a returner, then you might end up picking the kid from Houston because he could literally be a true third down back for you if you need it. Because that's what Houston used him as, and I believe he had 14 catches on the season, maybe 15 as a third down back. That's a hell of a lot more burn than Lobby got on any offensive reps during the season. So
Yeah.
I just think I like the kid from Houston. If Roman Hemby doesn't make it, so when watching both Friday and Saturday at practice, Roman Hemby, the kid just runs straight. Like there's really nothing that I think sets him apart to where, as a coach, as an undrafted free agent, you're gonna sit there and go, oh shit, no, okay, we might need to keep this kid. I at least those 2 days, I didn't see anything that tells me this kid's gonna make the team.
Yeah.
And so Mike Washington, he is a massive human being out there, but he truly is that just one cut opening. If there's an opening, he can make the cut, then he is gone. But his shiftiness and agility in the backfield just isn't there. But I will say, just said this with our messages back and forth. Lobby was the only one making the right cut outside or backside. If the right cut was to the sideline, he found it, he was gone. Now I'm not saying he's a starting running back. I'm not saying that he's going to be the backup.
You think he's making the team though? You think he's going to get that third spot?
I think there's potential for him to, but again, if it's truly just like a third down type of back, and special teams work, this kid from Houston, I think, would be a better pickup for us because he's a true third down back that can work. Because you're not going to need a first and second down back. If Genty gets hurt, it's Mike Washington,
right?
So you're going to need a true third down guy. Where again, I think that the kid from Houston can be that, and showed he could be that in Houston. So, all right. Looked at running backs. Let's take a look at the receivers. All right, obviously we got Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor. They got Jack Besh as the number 3. We got Deontay Thornton, Malik Benson. Severe, I'm gonna throw it to you first this time. I think we've already talked about the fact that this could be one of the worst receiver rooms in the National Football League if we don't have guys stepping up. Yeah. But what's your thoughts on this receiver room? Knowing that this is looking like at least the starting 3 might be there, but obviously we're hearing Malik Benson. But what's your thoughts on this receiver room?
This is disgusting, bro. This is sad. This is sad, man. This is the saddest thing I've seen since I watched The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, man. This is just terrible. What is this? What is this? Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, and Jalen Naylor. The only one of those guys that have had more than 700 yards in the season, more than 500 yards in the season, is Trey Tucker, and he just did it last year. The only other guy in the team that has done it at a wide receiver is Philip Dorsett, and he spent the last 2 years out of the league. So I was like, bro, it's terrible, man. This is terrible. Deontay Thornton's not worth the locking gel he used in his dreadlocks, bro. He's not worth the canister of that. It's like Jack Besh is a glorified tight end. Derek Young is basically a kick returner. Devin Tompkins is another 5'8" wide receiver. Oh, we don't have enough of those already. What are we doing? What are we really doing? So we had opportunities to address this position in the draft, and we wasted one of them on Jack Besh, unfortunately. And then we wasted another one on Traydon Stokes, and we wasted another one on a player we're going to get to later, Mr. Mental Reps himself. So this is a sad room, man. Brock is our only hope, man. Brock is our only hope. Brock and Michael Mayer. Arkham himself going crazy. Arkham going crazy.
We're Albert O when you need him, man. We're Albert.
Real quick, Reese Rocky saying Cedric Jackson or Devin Thompson return punts or kick return. They're fast or quick enough with receiver hands. I think what's tough is I don't know if Cedric Jackson is going to make the team. We're probably going to keep more tight ends because the offense Clint Kubiak likes to run more the 12 personnel, the 13 personnel, and so if
can't Connor play? Didn't he play some tight end too?
Yeah, he plays some
tight end.
Yeah,
but see,
he's like an H-back type of dude.
Yeah, he's only 6 foot.
Is he? Okay.
I honestly thought he was taller than that just because he was fullback / tight end. And so I was like, I thought Hayward was at least 6'2",
like his brother.
He's like 5'11", 6 foot. When I saw him out there, I'm still
Yeah.
going. I was seeing. I think he's number
They
34.
almost got different mamas.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I saw 34 running around out there. I'm like, who the hell is that? Because he looks small. And
Yeah.
so, it is what it is.
Little Alec Ingold.
Yeah.
Size.
But yeah, Reese, I don't know. I think that they'd have to really show their ability to be a punt returner, kick returner. Like they got to flash. They got to show that they're damn good, because then if you're not, then you're not being able to actually showcase yourself as a receiver either if someone gets hurt. So again, I just don't see a world where they make the team on this roster, unfortunately, because I think we all liked what Cedric Jackson did in preseason last year. Wish they could get a shot, but just doesn't look like it. Chris, man, thoughts on this receiver room? What you thinking?
I mean, Severe said it all. It's disgusting. And the thing is, I'm not sweeping nothing under the rug, because we had opportunity. We had opportunity to get that room together. And again, like we all were saying it, like this is what we, and honestly, all three of us was pro trade maxxcrosby, so we can be in even a better position to get a wide receiver. Like this is disgusting, man. It's that's the only way to describe it. It's disgusting. But I don't want to hear no excuses, because if these receivers don't get no separation, and we have to take sacks, guys aren't getting open, that's on Chatsports. That's on Chatsports. Because these are not starting caliber guys. None of these guys are wide receiver 1, barely wide receiver 2. Disgusting. And again, like I hope Dante Thornton can become something, but I'm not hearing nothing good about him. Malik Benson, it is, kind of encouraging to hear what we're seeing from him. So I'm happy about that. But Trey could be all right in the right situation. Probably being a wide receiver 3. Naylor, he's probably a decent wide receiver 2. Jack Besh, he's dumpster juice. So we just don't have anything that's going to scare people. And I think that's going to make it harder for Brockbowers, because now you can put, what's his name? Surtain. You can put him on Bowers again. You can put your best DB on Bowers. Like you don't have to put your best guy, on a wide receiver. So you can make it pretty tough for Brock. I know he's a matchup nightmare for a lot of guys, but he can, Denver already showed it. You put Surtain on him and then still bracket over top. Bowers is kind of done, bro. So that's nasty work, man.
Yeah,
it is nasty work. I Panda, you saying, do y'all think we pick up receivers going forward off waivers? I think, in my opinion, it would be best depending on just kind of how this receiver room works out and looks like in the first preseason game. When the cuts start to happen, if you have just a surprise cut of a decent receiver that kind of fits what you need, and at this point we could probably use a lot, then I think you take a look at it. So maybe depends on who gets cut off when teams start to make their cuts.
I have a wild idea, guys. And hear me out. I don't think we've tried this yet. What is Amari Cooper doing right now?
Hey, Amari.
Is he on the roster anywhere? What is he doing right now? Let's go back to the same Krispy Kreme we found him at last time.
Bro, Amari got out there practice, said, nah, I'm good.
Man, Amari was out there looking wild, bro. He was looking 6 months pregnant, brother. He was like, Amari, are you with child?
But Amari would do better than Jack Besh right now, just off the couch.
Off rip.
Even out of shape Amari Cooper looked at the squad we had last year and team and said,
I ain't no parts of this, bro.
Yeah. My out of shape ass is going to retire. It ain't worth it. Hummer VS, man, what's going on? You're saying so many positions to fill. This is not a 1-year fixed receiver, and the rest of the defense gets addressed in 2027. I'll say this. You're right. It's not a 1-year fix, but for Spytek, there's 2 position groups that he should have had taken care of already, because you have now had 2 free agencies and 2 drafts to fix the position rooms of need that have been clearly of need over the last couple
Last
seasons.
2 years, absolutely.
This receiver room, we passed on a ton of receivers last year in the draft. We passed on a ton of receivers this year in the draft. And if we repeat and have a shitty receiver room again, with Spytek now having 2 off seasons to address it, it's on Spytek. And we're going to talk about the offensive line. I say that with the offensive line as well. Like, I understand that we're in a rebuild and we're going through that, but at the end of the day, you still had some of the most salary cap space both years, back to back. Again, 2 off seasons, and you can't fix this position group. We could also talk about the amount of actual starters, productive starters that have come off of 21 draft picks in the last 2 drafts, 21 draft picks. And how many productive starters do we have out of those draft picks going into this year at Spytek? Not very many at all. Not enough to say that he's knocked it out the park or have gotten close with these draft picks. So
We don't have 1 starter this year. Like, usually I want 3 starters in a draft, like 2 for sure, but like I consider 3 starters a good draft. We have none. 0 starters this year, man. That bothers me, man.
100%. Okay.
And,
All right.
and we were the worst team. Like we couldn't like we couldn't improve. We couldn't draft no one that improved from the worst team.
Yeah,
that's the worst part. We literally were the
worst
worst team. And
we couldn't improve through the draft.
Like Fernando's a different story because Fernando's a quarterback.
Yeah, we know he'll be the guy. Yeah.
Outside of that, we don't have 1 starter out of this year's draft.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
According to this depth chart, you're right. According to this depth chart, now 1, and that's the problem I have when people's like, "Oh, we can't address everything in 1 season." No, but like there were opportunities to address that. We had opportunities to do it, and we elected not to. Like, we elected to get another pass rusher, like in Kieran Crawford, who's not even going to really play, might not even be in a rotation this year, instead of a much needed wide receiver, a guy like Jacoby Lane, a guy like Ted Hurst were 2 of my favorite sleeper wide receivers. They were both sitting there when we took Kieran Crawford. And where we took Kieran Crawford was a reach, in my opinion. So we reached for a pass rusher, and instead of taking a position of dire need in one of those guys.
And he said it himself. And he said it himself.
Yeah, man.
He literally said it. We're getting this violent pass rusher instead of the guy that we need. Spytek said that himself. It's not us. This isn't our opinion.
He ain't even that violent as a pass rusher, bro. You're in the red jersey. How violent can you be?
He couldn't even beat the Heat.
It's like, man, bro. Look, man. We'll see, man. We're hoping from the best. Like the thing that's so infuriating is that we're putting the hopes of our wide receiver core on Malik Benson, right? Like a 6th round rookie. We're putting our man. So you see Malik Benson? Like that's what we got. We got a hope for him. You know, we've literally seen nothing out of Jack Besh, nothing out of Dante Thornton, nothing at all, nothing to even give us hey, like a signature moment in camp. Like we ain't had a signature moment from either one. Jack Besh didn't have a signature moment last year. He didn't have a signature moment this year. He haven't had a signature moment during the season. Like what has he put on tape to make you be like, yeah, man, Jack Besh about to do his thing this year?
He's a good blocker. He's
hopes
a good blocker.
Hopes and prayers. Like it's like after a school shooting, all you got is hope and prayers.
And real quick, Randy, you said Crawford's dog had a sack in return to practice. That was in the open practice yesterday, and they weren't wearing pads. Okay, so you cannot talk about someone getting a sack when you're not even wearing pads. When you're not wearing pads, the defense has all the leverage. So I wouldn't get too hopped up on that. But at the end of the day, he's still a backup.
And think about this. The guy that just had the red jersey on Monday, do you think on Tuesday that the guys will be like, hey, man, I got to take this guy, Kieran Crawford, out? Like, nah, obviously they're not going to – they'll be treating him with kid gloves. They're going to try to take care of each other. They don't want to see the guy hurt. So, like I take they sack with a grain, but I didn't see it, so I don't know what the play entailed. Well, maybe it was a cover sack because we can't get a receiver wide open, right? Maybe the quarterback sat back there for 5 seconds and finally Kieran Crawford broke through. We don't know the context, so I don't want to take anything away from him. But in a non-padded practice, yeah, it's hard for me to take a sack serious.
Get a sack tomorrow.
Yeah, oh yeah, you do that, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
do that. I love that. That'd be amazing.
Bueno, that is true. That is true. But he still got to show it. He still
hey. But was Kieran Crawford unblocked though? That's the question.
Oh, that's true.
We don't
It
know.
could have been an unblocked sack.
We don't know. I didn't hear about a pass rush moving nothing. So if he was unblocked, well, you know that's Tyree Wilson wheelhouse, bro. He's the king of unblocked sacks.
Oh man,
that's very true. Oh shit, yeah. I think Twan. Hey, if you're gonna be in town, I think you said you're coming in for the preseason game tomorrow, man. Hit me up on IG _805 Raider. We'll link up and have a good time, man. I'll be out there.
So Twan, happy birthday, man. My birthday just passed not that long ago, man. So happy birthday to you,
birthday. Happy birthday to you, Severe. When was your birthday? That was when I was on my hiatus.
Yeah, bro, man. Yeah, my birthday could have been in February when the man it's like that's included in the hiatus. So nah, my birthday it was July 30th.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday, bro.
I appreciate it.
Long Island's week 1. I got you.
It's my Mike Gundy year, man. It's my Mike Gundy year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We went receivers. I don't think we need to cover tight ends. We got Connor Hayward. We'll see how that works out. Ian Thomas.
Hold on, man. Scroll over a little bit, man.
Yeah, man. Scroll all the way over, bro.
There you go. There you go, Alberto, man. Let's go, baby.
Wait, hold on. So, Chris, you can see that, but then you told me to scroll in.
Hey, I see what I want to see. I got selective 2020 vision.
Albert name is so long. His last name is Fissinger.
They had to change the font for his name.
Yeah, bro.
Rare Twan, hey, yeah, let me know. We have a special place that we go to before the game. Don't need to make it public because then we don't need people crowding it. I'll let you know where it's at.
We can link Midnight Rose. That's where I'm
hey, Pastor Twan, do not go anywhere near there. Do not go anywhere near there, sir.
All right. Let's go O-line. Now,
zooming back in, we don't need to see Albert O's name anymore. He ain't making it in.
Okay. So, look, talking about, honestly, our draft picks. As of right now, starting offensive line, that's going to start out on tomorrow. Colton Miller, left tackle. We know that. Spencer Burford, the free agent that we brought in. Looks like he is slated as the starter as it stands right now. Obviously, Tyler Linderbaum, JP went over that right tackle.
Where did Burford come from again?
49ers. Yeah.
Okay. And he wasn't even a starter. He got
played. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I'm surprised they still got your boy Meredith at center. Like, I'm surprised they didn't learn from last year.
I don't trust this.
Like, put him back at guard, man. Especially over Mafi. If nothing else, get Mafi up out of there.
Who was this? Nicholas Herring. I think he's UDFA, right?
Maybe.
They had Trey Zoom repping at center yesterday at open practice. So here's my problem. You bring in Spencer Burford, and that's going to be a massive question mark. How is he actually going to play? Because again, he was never a starter with the 49ers until an injury happened. Okay. You got JPJ, but you now have Caleb Rogers, 3rd rounder, backup. Charles Grant, 3rd rounder, backup. You have Trey Zoon, 3rd rounder, backup. You don't have a single lineman that you drafted, Spytek, that is actually a starter. Now, Caleb Rogers ended the season last year actually starting. So you kind of thought, okay, let's work that development. Let's keep that thing going. He didn't have some great games, but he had some flashes. He had some potential, I guess you could say. But now he's starting the season as a backup. So the question is one, what's our confidence level in this offensive line? All right. 10, being the most confidence in the world? It's going to be the best offensive line in the National Football League, or is it one, the worst O-line, and it's going to be a repeat of last year? Chat, let me know. Rank it 1 to 10. What's your confidence level in this offensive line right now? Severe, I'll throw it to you first, man. Just what's your overall thoughts of this offensive line? And before I hand it fully over to you, I'm still pissed off they're screwing over my guy, my guy Jordan Meredith. But that's neither here nor there. Severe, what's your thoughts on this O-line?
Man, there's 2 glaring spots I'm looking at. Obviously, it's left guard and it's right tackle. If we can get Glaze back to the if we can get Delmar back to how he played as a rookie, Delmar can return to his form as a rookie. First of all, I'll get back to calling him DJ. And I think that the right side of the line will be good because I think Jackson's been all business this offseason from what I'm hearing. And even though they're trying to throw him in a competition with Zune and with Rodgers, I think he's been holding his own and he's locked down that spot. Tyler Linderbaum, he's a top 5 center. At least, at the highest, he's 2. At the lowest, he's 5. Spencer Burford is a huge question mark. He's a guy that struggled mightily in the past. His pass blocking, from what I recall, is not good. I think he's a pretty good run blocker, though. So maybe that's the calculation there, is to have him in there for that. Colton Miller, when healthy, he's an 8 to 12 left tackle in the league. So I mean, we have some spots that are pretty solidified. We have some good depth. Obviously, Charles Trent Williams Grant. This guy is the future. The future. They don't even want to mess with him on the right side. They want to leave him on the left side. Because he's the heir apparent. So that's why they ain't touching him on the right side. I see the vision. Rico. I'm feeling you. And then we got some young guys with potential. Caleb Rogers, obviously. Trey Zune is another guy. Jordan Meredith is a guy who can be a swing guard, who I think is a good guard when given an opportunity. Yeah, and look, and if Spencer Burford gets to, and Caleb Rogers has been competing on the right side, so I don't know why he's listed on the left.
That's what I thought too. I thought he was competing for JPJ spot.
Bro, look, hey. It doesn't make no sense, bro. This depth chart don't make no sense, man. So, I think if Spencer Burford messes up, I can see Jordan Meredith to get a spot. We heard Thomas Booker, the useless wonder. He said, Jordan Meredith was one of the best offensive linemen he went against, right? So he was saying, I forgot. He said Meredith and somebody else. I forgot. Chat, let me know who it was because I know Meredith. I forgot who the other person he said was, but. So he shouted out Meredith, and there's a guy that played a lot of snaps last season. So he gave Meredith his props. So we got some depth there. We got some guys that can play multiple positions. We got Meredith that can play multiple positions. Caleb Rogers, Trey Zune, JPJ can play all 3 of the interior positions. So we got some solid depth there. We got some insurance in case some guys do go down with injury on the interior. On the outside, outside of Colton Miller, which we know what Charles Grant gonna do when he get his chance. But other than that, we don't know what that right side gonna look like.
Oh man, that never gets old.
The weights you got. I'm not saying the numbers, but that's what you got.
Watch him tomorrow.
Oh, I'm watching. I'm watching.
You're throwing people at the club.
I'm watching him.
We gonna pull up that clip all them clips. Clip all of them clips. All them clips.
We watching them.
805. Clip them.
Oh, we gonna watch them.
He's gonna be the new. He's gonna be the new Tyree because no matter what 805 was trying to show us, we was looking at Tyree. 805 be like, look at this good play by the linebacker. We over here on the other side looking at Tyree.
Throwing people at the club.
He didn't do it.
We gonna see.
Watch. We gonna see.
If he look like Brandon
Some
Parker
genetics
out
finna
there.
kick in. Them genetics finna kick in.
Pigs. It's a solid 5. They gotta show us something. Anything. Money Chuck. You got 5 only because we got Linderbaum.
I didn't give him a number. Yeah, I give it a 6. I'm with. I'll give it a 6. I like 3 of the starters. I give it a 6.
I'm just gonna Hummer VS. I'm just gonna hold this up here for the rest of the show, man. I'm just gonna hold this up here for the rest of the show.
I was wondering if he's gonna see that. I knew he was gonna like that.
I saw Meredith sign. If I was big on getting stuff signed, then trust me, I would go get a signed Jordan Meredith jersey.
Jordan, you're the reason I got as drunk as I did last season on one Was it last season or the year before?
No, that was the Adam Butler one.
Adam Butler with the Caribbean cask.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Adam Butler got re-upped.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Butler.
man.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
But I would-
Butler. It was Butler.
But I did drink because of Jordan Meredith.
I'm about to say, I think you did too.
I did for Jordan Meredith too.
Yeah, I think you did too. You ain't get white girl wasted like you did for Adam Butler, though.
Nah, Adam Butler, yeah.
You got.
He finished the
right,
bottle.
bro.
The bottle.
Yeah,
was through.
yeah. He brought out the good stuff. Remember,
Oh,
he
yeah.
brought out the
Caribbean
good stuff.
Yeah, the Caribbean cask. Yeah, he with the whole bottle gone.
Yeah,
That ruined the next 2 days. That's for sure. That got me good. Kush Mob, you're saying 50-50, new year, new coaches, new scheme. All right. Reese, you got 7 out of 10, 77% higher side of average. All right.
All right.
And then Turf, I'll hit you up for sure. We'll link up tomorrow. Severe. Did you give your take on the O-line?
I get my take. Yeah.
All I heard was Charles Grant, so I don't know if those.
Yeah, you already know.
Watch.
Being
They're
thrown
gonna have to drug test Charles Grant on Friday. That's how dirty you gonna do him. A random drug test on Friday. Watch.
I hope you're right, man.
And I think I'm kind of with everybody. It's like, look, I'm gonna lean on the more positive side with the O-line, and again, not leaning much. It's gonna be 6. I think I'm going with a 6 only because yes, Linderbaum without question. I think you go and you get your guy. Cool. Let's make it happen. A healthy Colt Miller is a good left tackle. So let's rock. I'm game for that. I have no clue what Spencer Burford's going to look like. JPJ, I think with better coaching, there's a good chance he can improve. But we also showcased his rookie year as well as last year that there's just times where JPJ will just go fire out and hit nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so let's just see how that works out. But then DJ Glaze, if we can get 2024 DJ Glaze, then I think we're gonna look okay. But if we get last year's DJ Glaze, it's gonna be a struggle. So I'm gonna rock with 6. I'm gonna keep it at that. The thing that I'm probably just more pissed off about is I see 3 third rounders that are literally backups.
Yeah.
That's just that keeps pissing me off.
Yeah.
You guys know how I am. I'm a big build in the trenches guy, and you literally do not have one draft pick of the last 2 years when you drafted a running back at number 6 overall, and now you draft a quarterback that you're going to want to protect. Kirk Cousins is not mobile whatsoever, so you better protect the crap out of a 38-year-old Kirk Cousins. And Spytek, your draft picks are backups right now. So, and it just pisses me off because it's an evaluation of Spytek's ability to draft and and identify talent. And as of right now, it's real shaky as to whether or not he's doing it properly. So, but if it works, great. Let's make it happen. But I give it a 6. Pigs, your O-line, Grant, Meredith, Powers, Glaze, Zune, your ideal O-line. I mean, anytime you have Meredith on an O-line.
Man, where our overpaid center at?
Right.
He better be on there.
Hey, and man, I just want to give a shout out to my personal hero, Mr. Dalton Wagner, bro. What has this man done?
Bro.
He ain't done. He didn't. I think he got like a $3 million deal when he got signed as an undrafted rookie or undrafted free agent.
Yeah, he was
like
one of the
3 years, $2 million.
highest. He was one of the highest,
man.
Yeah.
Ain't money ain't done nothing, and getting paid, bro. Power, respect to that. He getting paid.
Right.
He
Like-
behind.
Damn near four regimes.
Yeah.
He out here like Deuce Gruden, bro.
Bro.
He's surviving.
Crazy.
He's
crazy.
surviving,
He's the new Brandon Faison. That's who he is.
man.
Facts.
Shout out to Alec man. Atlanta Roberts signed back with the Steelers. Hey, good for him. Good for him getting a little another little contract for him.
That's right. Who's he's over there with what's his name? PG, ain't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
That could work.
Yeah.
Landon. Oh, yep.
Bro.
PG.
What up, Jeff? What's going on? So, and I think I'm cool with the 6 because the one thing that it's you kind of overlook sometimes, but bringing in Rick Dennison and the history that he's had, I think that's got to account for something. So hopefully we just have a competent offensive line coach that's going to be able to put it on the tape and show them in the O-line room, because obviously last year YouTube was teaching our offensive linemen. So hopefully Rick Dennison definitely plays a massive role in the development and improvement of this offensive line. What up, Leo? What's going on, big dog? Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, Stooks, you know me. You know me.
You gotta put on
Oh, we back, Jeff. We back.
hat.
We back on Sundays. Silver Stunner, real quick, saying, do we keep 8 offensive linemen if Meredith or Zune are gone? I think Meredith is the odd man out.
Yeah, likely.
I will say, again, as much as he shouldn't be, but because it's a new regime, Spytek never drafted him. We did bring him back on a contract, which is fine, but I do think that if someone is the odd man out, I do think it's Meredith, unfortunately. Chris, what's your thoughts?
Well, first I'll give because I ain't get my take on the whole offensive lineman. So I
oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I honestly, I'm gonna give it a 7. So I think I'm a little bit higher than you guys, just because I believe in DJ Glaze. He showed me a little bit of something that rookie year. And again, we already know what happened last year. I'm not really hearing the bet. I'm hearing mixed reviews on him. In 805, I'm not sure if you recall seeing him, at practice, if he, made any noise or anything. But you guys know I really like JPJ. From everything I'm hearing, he's locked in. I think having, Tyler next to him, I think that's going to be good. And then again, Colton Miller being healthy, I think that's huge, to be honest. And honestly, even though we don't have, we didn't draft some starters, I think we do have some decent depth. Like if someone went down, I'm okay with Caleb Rogers coming in. I'm definitely okay with Meredith coming in. Trey Zoom, I do like Trey Zoom. I can't talk about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Now at left tackle, we might be a little see what Isaiah Jetta can do. You better watch
your mouth. Isaiah Jetta, you better watch
Let's see what Isaiah Jetta can do, but real talk. No, but I think you gotta keep Meredith around though. Just because he can play either guard position. Honestly, he's better there. Again, I'm not even sure why they would have him like Mafi. Get him up out of here. And honestly, I think with the flexibility that Trey has, I personally thought he was better at guard in college. But I know he can play some tackle. But I think we're okay as long as we get some good development from those guys. But I'll give him a 7, just because I believe in the coaching.
Yeah, Rico is the X factor and all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's gonna get the most out of most of these guys.
Except Mafi, I don't think you can get much out of
Mafi
him.
is a lost cause. Watch, bro. We're gonna mess around and keep 9 linemen and keep Will Putnam. Watch.
Well, I swear.
And 805 is gonna.
Oh no, Dalton's gonna make it somehow.
805 will go berserk. If we keep Will Putnam over Jordan Meredith, 805.
Oh, 805 is gonna lose it.
Oh, he's gonna rampage, bro. He's gonna go on a rampage.
I won't grab from the top shelf. It's going bottom shelf at that point.
Get you a cheap bottle of port. That'll do the trick.
Man. 805 might actually wear a white shirt. He's gonna be that.
Oh man.
He's gonna be that disillusioned.
Oh man. All right. Let's move on. Appreciate everybody popping up in here. Let's do double tap that screen if you can. Hit the like button.
Tap the screen, y'all.
Let's get to the defensive side. So I'm gonna try to fit all this in. Let's talk about the D line. All right, look, we got Thomas Booker at left end. We got
Cleveland had a 3-4.
Brandon Cleveland out there. We got Adam Butler, John Laulu, maxxcrosby. Tonka Hemingway has been making waves in training camp. You still got Benito Jones that we brought in, big boy. Malcolm Kuntz. I'll tell you, Malcolm Kuntz looks like old Malcolm Kuntz. He looked
man.
So was healthy.
Get Thomas Booker up out of there, but I don't know if he's more edge though. I don't know if he could be that DN.
So let's do this though, Chad. Let me know what your thoughts are on the defensive line room. Right. Again, we're talking about the edge with the maxxcrosby, Thomas Booker, all the backups. So let me know your thoughts. Are you cool with it? Do we think we rock with what we got? Let me know. Chris, I'm gonna throw it to you first this time. Thoughts on just this D-line room?
I don't. I mean, I don't like how this setup is, man. Like, I don't like Thomas Booker. Well, for one, Brandon Cleveland. I mean, he's a nose, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
more. He's like
Yeah, he
like
gotta be a
spotty body.
nose.
Yeah, he's a D tackle. No, what
Yeah,
I think the Raiders depth chart or on the Raiders site it looks it's different.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just compared the O-line. The O-line was the same.
Yeah, the O-line is saying only thing that's different and defense is different because the way that
because they have they have Lalulu because they have they had Quiddy Pay starting.
they have Quiddy Pay start. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like
he's
what
not
you
even
said
on here.
because this alignment is they trusted Robbie Leonard where they have it more like a 3-3-4 alignment, but on the Raiders website it's essentially like you said 805.
A 5.
We're gonna be even front team. We're gonna be spending most of our time in sub packages too. So on Raiders.com they have it listed as like an even front, where it's like it's one defensive end, one edge, and then
okay, yes, this is
tackles.
So I didn't bring
they didn't have Crawford on that other one, did they? I didn't even see Crawford on
That's
that.
fine. I'm good with
you guys
that.
can see that.
Okay,
You guys can see that.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Because this one it was hard to see. Wasn't sure. Okay, so we'll rock with this one. Yeah. So got Quiddy Pay out there. Malcolm Kuntz, John Lalu, Thomas Booker.
This is better for me. This is better for me.
Chris, rock out. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm about to say, no, this is better for me. Again, I like I love Malcolm Kuntz, but I like Quiddy Pay too. So I'm good there.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Where did Quiddy Pay go to school?
At my dog, Michigan, baby. Michigan. But yeah, like honestly, someone like Thomas Booker, I'd like to see like JJ kind of maybe overtake his spot. But again, I mean, I still gotta see what Tonka can do. I'm hearing good things about him in camp. I still gotta see more. Hopefully Adam Butler can kind of keep doing what 805 thinks he can do. But
I know he can do. God,
there we go. But still, I almost wish. I mean, there was some DTs available in the draft that we didn't get.
Man, Demetrius Orange.
Yeah, it was some guys out there, but overall, I mean, I think Max is gonna be playing with a chip on his shoulder again. I think Quiddy gonna get after it. We know Adam's gonna get after it. If Tonka can take that sophomore leap, then we might have something. We might have a middle to a little bit above middle defensive line.
Yeah, so I'll answer this one, Money Chuck. Yeah, I went to Friday's training camp, Saturday's training camp. I went to open practice yesterday, so I have been. If we just talk strictly about the D line, one guy that is standing out, the Tonka hype is real. Now it's hard because the way that they face us in practice, right? You're on these stands. The stands aren't very tall, and sometimes they'll run full team on the opposite end, and so it's hard to see. Okay, Tonka just won that rep, but who did he go against? Because they'll instantly just all of a sudden rotate. So did he just beat a third string, guard? I don't know. So, but he does look quick out there. The only concern that I have with Tonka, we talked about it, was the fact that he's just not very big. And so he's got to use his quickness.
He's short too, isn't he? Is he short?
Yeah, he's like 6'2".
Oh, okay. I don't know about.
He's like 6'2", like 280, 285 or something like that. So, but he's definitely flashing. So the Tonka hype is real.
But almost but wouldn't he be better as a 3-4 end?
That's where I thought he'd actually play. But then we got Quiddy Pay, so I was like, okay, then he's going to be behind Quiddy Pay. But looks like they're not running a traditional 3-4 though. They are running over and under sets, and so you're more of an even front. So I think a true nose tackle, a zero tech, is going to be purely situational.
Yeah.
So, all right, Severe, thoughts on the D line?
Some interesting things there. I mean, obviously Tonka Hemingway overtaking Jonah Laulu. That's interesting, especially Jonah Laulu for most of the year. He was probably our second best interior player behind Adam Butler. Good to see and hear about Malcolm Kuntz kind of returning to form. So that's a great thing. I've been hearing some things about JJ Pegues. Does he make this team? I don't know. But
That'd be rough
I've
if he
heard some
don't.
good things about him. But I heard he's been out there doing like Will Putnam dirty, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
That don't count.
It's Will Putnam. Like you gotta take it with a grain of salt. We got another third round pick on the team that's not starting, and Kieran Crawford. It was just sad, disappointing, and he got him. And look, this just might be they just might be shooting him some bail, even putting him second string right now on this depth chart because I really haven't heard too much about him. He misses mini camps with wanting to take mental reps. His second day at work, he needed some mental reps, and then he gets hurt in a collision with Malcolm Kuntz, where Malcolm Kuntz was able to return to practice, and he misses several days. Then the one day he gets back, he's in a red jersey, and then he comes back for the exhibition game. When the fans are going to be there, he wants to be on the field. So, not a positive sign when your edge guy runs into somebody and has to miss several days of practice. But we'll see. We'll see what he turns into. We picked up Brennan Jackson last year. I know he was the guy. I think he's with the Rams organization. He's supposed to be like a pseudo like edge pass rusher type dude. So interested to see what he does and if he's able to make this team or make the practice squad. But right now, I mean, I'm pretty good with what I see. Obviously, we got our pillars and Adam Butler and maxxcrosby who were here last year. New additions and Quiddy Pay and a up and coming young player in Tonka Hemingway. So I think we're looking solid up front right now.
And Cheeto, you're lying. You didn't see it. You didn't see it, Cheeto.
I wonder if you're gonna see that.
Yeah, I saw it. You lying, Cheeto. But Cheeto went Tuesday, I believe. So I wasn't able to make it that day. But Beep Operator in the building, what's going on, man? Had a great time in Vegas. Hey, shout out to you. It's always good, man. Be able to get in the Legion and chop it up with the nation, man. Good. Look, Severe, you talked about Brennan Jackson. So because Kieran Crawford wasn't out there, obviously taking his mental reps, Brennan Jackson got a lot of burn. And you see him get more and more reps. I think that he's going to be a good depth piece. I think there's a good chance that he might make this squad.
Jackson?
Yeah, Brennan Jackson.
Brennan Jackson.
Yeah, we looked at him last year. He has some talent. He has some juice as a pass rusher.
We took a look at his game film last year when we picked him up, and we were sitting there going, okay, this kid I think can do something. Again, maybe not starter, but definitely can be maybe a solid backup. But I will say, I think right out the box we have, I think, starters that can come in and definitely play a really good role in this defense. With Tonka Hemingway, I'd be surprised. I want to see a closer look at Jonah Laulu because I think we've broken down game film with Jonah Laulu, and we knew after the first preseason game, maybe second preseason game of Thomas Booker, we knew Jonah Laulu was going to take his spot. Like it just didn't make any sense for Thomas Booker to be out there. He just wasn't very good. But I think if the competition is Jonah Laulu, Tonka Hemingway, you got Adam Butler, Quiddy Pay, then maxxcrosby. I think that can produce a decent front four. And so I'm excited about that. But it also does look like we have some good depth. I think, again, like I just said, Malcolm Kuntz is I think he's going to come back into form. He's looking fast out there. We saw in his game film kind of coming back, he did look hesitant. He looked just like he didn't have that burst off the line of scrimmage. But then those last 3 games, you started to see it. You started to see him wake up. You saw him kind of hit I think it was the offensive tackle with the spin move, was able to kind of get to the quarterback and get that sack. Yeah. And so I think he finished last year with 4 sacks. And if that's 4 sacks off of him being kind of hesitant, just double that number as a rotational piece. And that's a damn good season for Malcolm Kuntz. So, but yeah, Kieran Crawford, another 3rd rounder as a potential rotational piece. We're going to be watching him for the preseason.
Bananas.
Okay, let's get to the linebacker room. We're not going to spend too much time on it. I will say, just watching training camp, I knew that when we brought on Quay Walker, I was very excited to kind of watch Quay Walker. But I'll tell you right now, Quay Walker, he looks like a beast out there, and he flies. They're moving him all over the place. They're blitzing him up the middle. He's going off the edge. He's actually splitting out and covering maybe the slot receiver at times, but they're moving him everywhere. So I think watching Quay Walker this season is going to be pretty exciting. Severe, I'll throw it to you first this time. What's your thoughts on the linebacker room? Chat, let me know. Do you like the depth in our linebacker room? Let me know. But Severe, what's your thoughts overall?
Yeah, man. Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, like, loved both of those signings, especially Nakobe Dean. I've been a fan of Nakobe Dean since he was at Georgia. Just, just his IQ, the way he plays the game. He just has to stay healthy, but I've been a big fan of his since then. Quay Walker, he's a freak athlete. We all hear about everybody saying, like, man, for a guy that's like an off-ball linebacker, he's out there looking like an edge player. And it's one of the things in Green Bay, they really didn't utilize his versatility much. And I think that's something he says he was excited about when he came here, the fact that they were going to kind of move him all around, and put him in different spots and give him an opportunity to do different things and take advantage of his athletic ability. So I think that's great. But behind those guys, there's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if you look behind the Kobe Dean, there's less than nothing. It's just an empty void of cap space and roster spots. It's a guy occupying cap space and roster spots. So, Sengun Olubi, he's a core special teamer, so he probably makes the team based on that. But if one of these guys go down, it's a good thing that Nakobe Dean, obviously he's a green dot guy right now. Quay Walker was the green dot guy while Nakobe Dean was out, and I believe he was a green dot guy when he was in Green Bay. It's a good thing that they both have experience doing that, because if one or the other goes down, we don't lose much in the way of communication, and we're probably going to go heavy safety rotation, because I'll be damned if I see Tommy Eichenberg starting a game for the Las Vegas Raiders. I will be damned.
We'll see if he's in the building. Cheeto, we the linebacker room, we got two. That's it. That's all we're looking at. Bob, you're saying yes, we literally have two green dot linebackers playing at the same position. That is true, very true. And the hell is this? Jeff, I don't know what this is, but
oh yeah, I'm just getting hip to the jewels, man. Yeah, we're getting jewels. Happy poop. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Happy poop. Got it. Solid work, and he's doing some more.
Appreciate you.
Chris, man, thoughts on this linebacker room? How you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, I think this is the best our linebackers looked in a while. We got guys that can really get after it. Guys that, for one, that they've been well coached. They're well coached at Georgia. Well coached in Philly. Again, good friends. I think they're going to be communicating well. But looking at the Bergs, Cody and Tom. I'm not giving up on Cody though. I'm not giving up.
Cody's cool.
Tommy got to show me something, man. So yeah, I
would like that draft. Damn it.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more depth. But honestly, I think a position like linebacker, we could probably get someone off of waivers and stuff like that. Someone that can at least be an upgrade from Tommy and Cody. But especially with Nakobe's injury history, you definitely going to need somebody that can come in and fill in. So, but I think we're top heavy. Again, I think Dean and Walker is going to be tough. So I feel good. That's the best we've been at that position in a while.
I'm with you, and Jeff, it's not draft season, man. You take the you take the hot dog, put your back pocket, okay? You get it out of here. It's not draft season. Cool, Kev, gonna pass on the Bergs. Where's Divine Diablo? Never
the Falcons doing work.
He's a starter on one of the best defenses in the league last year. That's what Divine Diablo's at. What is Tommy Eichenberg doing? Huh? working at Starbucks.
No, I'm excited for both Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker. I mean, again, this is probably the best tandem we've had in a very, very, very well. It is the best tandem we've had in a very, very long time. So,
besides Devin White, you know what I'm saying? He might be the missing guy. You know what I'm saying? Get Devin in here, man. Get Devin in here, man. Call Devin, man.
Who did you just sign with?
He signed with the Vikings, I believe.
Yeah, I
Vikings.
think so.
Yeah, signed with the Vikings, yeah.
Like,
Maybe Brian Flores would convince him.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
go,
Flores over there. Flores is real recognized,
real.
Real,
let
man.
it go, bro. Hey, go. Hey, look.
Real recognized, Real.
Flores gonna take off his hat, but you see what I'm working with, Devin? Let's go ahead, bro. Give it up, brother. Let's go ahead.
Oh man, that was my guy, man. Salute to Dev.
Oh, it's the Lions. It's the Lions.
Oh, with the Lions. Okay.
The Lions. Okay. I know it was one of those NFC.
Oh, that's
NFC
right.
North
Yeah.
teams. No, it's an NFC North teams. Who signed the Vikings? Somebody. Oh, it was what you call it? Signed with the Vikings, I believe. It's Jamal Adams, I think.
Jamal. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Jamal Adams signed with the Vikings. Oh, that's cool too, though. I mean, the Lions been pretty solid on defense. All these guys went to winning organizations, and the losing organizations let them all go, right?
Sure did. No, I'm stoked about Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean. Now, when you're talking about backups, look, Tommy Eichenberg as an actual linebacker, struggling. Helps on special teams, good special teams player. Cody Lindenberg, good special teams player, but he's still young, right? He was a 7th round draft pick. And so even though that's who I wanted, it was because basically when you get somebody in the 7th round, you want them to be a good special teams player. Maybe you can develop them into a player that can be on the defense if an injury happens or whatever. So we'll see how Cody Lindenberg, how he develops. But at the very least, we have 2 linebackers that are really good special teams players, and that's about it right now. So if one guy goes down, you're not going to have a linebacker, a quality linebacker that's just going to step in, and all of a sudden now you're going to have at least a solid piece. You're going to have to I could see Robbie Leonard, honestly, playing more of like a Jeremy Chin inside.
Yeah.
You got to bring in
somebody there.
Like Stooks off the bench because now you're going to play around with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think now you really handicap yourself if that's your strategy if a linebacker goes down, or you handicap yourself because Tommy Eichenberg now is sitting on the field. So we'll see how it plays out. Again, I think the starters are quality. Depth is very, very, very suspect. Jeff with the jewels again. We're gonna go with the Raiders. Throwing party hats now out there. So all right. Let's do this. What happened? What do we got?
Some severe people in here.
Nah, man, that sounds like some Game of Thrones stuff. I thought he was watching Game. You quoting some sorcery? Some game.
Is that on severe channel?
I saw white as snow. It's snow. It's White Walkers. You talking about some White Walkers? What you talking about? It's some red dragons.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Mr. Hayes signed Rolando back up. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh my goodness.
Those rough days. All right, let's get to the DBs. All right, we're gonna just collectively talk about this one because we're gonna just talk a little bit about the preseason game, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Again, I'll be out there tomorrow, man. So if anybody that's in the chat, if you're listening, if you are going to the preseason game, shout out to Turf, shout out to I think Loon's going to be out there, I believe. LV, you're going to be out there. I'll be sitting near the torch, and so I'll be at the torch before the game, hanging out, definitely getting some beers and having some fun. So hit me up on IG if you're going to be out there, _805 Raider, and we'll maybe link up and share a drink. So, but Chris, I'm gonna throw it to you first this time. Chat, let me know what your thoughts are of this DB room. Do you like how it's looking? Obviously, there's some competition with Hezekiah Masses. He's definitely shining a little bit. Greedy Vance, he's the one. He's got Mendoza's number right now, basically. But Greedy Vance, he's showing out a little bit. But you got Darian Porter that's slotted in as the starting number 2 corner. But then DCam's going to be out there. Rundown. What a rundown.
Hey, run down 2 weeks in a row, baby. I'm back.
Back to
I'm
back.
back.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm more active than Crawford.
If I say,
I'm more active than Crawford is at practice. Shit, let's go.
So, Chris, I'm gonna throw it to you first this time, man. Just thoughts on this DB room. Do you like it? The one thing that I will preface, because we'll bring it up at some point, is we got a 2nd-round draft pick that is not starting, at least slated to start as of right now. So, Chris, what's your thoughts on this DB room? Chat, let us know as well.
When I take a look at it, I think, there's a couple variables. For one, it's like, how much do I trust Joe Woods as our defensive back coach again? Like, can he develop these young guys? DCAM, because again, like last year, I'm trying not to think about last year because we all know that was Pete Carroll's thing. He tried to implement what he did, but like, what do we have in DCAM, and what do we have in Porter? I think it all boils down to that, because I think McCoy's going to end up being a dog. I think Mass is going to be a dog. If they can become dogs, and then if we can get some, above average play from, Porter. I mean, again, I think he's going to have to slowly develop. I don't see him as a starter. I don't know why I don't know. I don't even know why he's a starter. I doubt that he's really going to start, but if he does, that's kind of shaky unless he deserves it. But I like some of the young guys. Like, I like what I'm hearing from Massins, and I think McCoy's going to be a dog. So if we can get something out of Richardson and Porter, then I think we may have some. I think Stokes is going to just kind of be, just a middle of the road type of guy. I think he'll be steady as long as he can stay healthy. But again, DCAM and Porter, what can Joe Woods do with them? Tyron Johnson, I think he's, he'll be pretty good. And then if we go to the safeties, I mean, Stooks. Like, what do we have with Stooks, man? Like, I want to see my 2nd-round guy start. Isaiah Palomar. I mean, he was undrafted, wasn't he? Wasn't he an undrafted guy? Like, I think he needs to be able to take that, huh?
Palomar?
Yeah, I think he was undrafted.
UDFA.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so it's like, I want to see him take that spot. I mean, of course, he's got to earn it. And then Jeremy Chin, I know a lot of people are kind of low on him. Again, I think Jeremy Chin can play some ball. He just got to show it. So, again, it's all about development for this group.
Yeah, no, 100%. Run down. Yesterday's open camp was all for the fans. There was really not a whole lot to see. So it was for the fans, basically. So if you had plans to come out here, glad you didn't, because it was cool just for the fans to link up, but that was about it. Also got Ray Dark, what's going on? We did talk Fernando, man. Go check it out. Earlier in the show, we talked about Fernando. Alec Gamer saying Greedy is short and on the thin side, though. He is thin. He's skinny out there. You got that right. All right, Severe, thoughts on this DB room?
Yeah, great, man. The DB room is probably, like the most intriguing room we have. I think we got some guys on the defensive line that are stalwarts that we kind of know what we're going to get when you're looking at Max and Adam Butler. We got some guys at linebacker we know are going to be dogs. We got Quay Walker. You ask Aston Genty about N'Kobe Dean. He'll tell you what he did to him in Philadelphia. Probably still has nightmares about that. But in the secondary, like Stokes was last year, or was that a mirage, right? Was that Fugazi? Was that just him not really getting a whole bunch of targets because they were just throwing the ball at Caillou Blue Kelly and Hairline all day long?
And Hairline.
The Darren Porter is a mystery. He's a guy that has measurables. He has the speed. He's a tall, lanky corner, long arms, all that good stuff. But he's played corner for like 2 years. What does he look like when he actually has to get out there and cover on a week in, week out basis? Teron Johnson is probably our best player in the secondary right now. either him or Jeremy Chan, and you look at both of those guys, they have versatility. They've come from organizations that have had success. Teron can play in the slot. He can play safety. I heard he played like weak side linebacker basically, in that defense. So he's been all over the place. He offers experience and versatility, and he's still only like 29 years old. He's only 4 years older than Stooks. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. And then Isaiah Palomar, obviously, he got the first interception of the year last year for us, I believe. Yeah, I think he got the first interception of the year last year for us. And then we kind of drafted Stooks to take over the job for him, and the fact that he's still out there, chugging along and he's winning right now. I don't know if it's a product of him having improved from being in that cover 3 system last year when he's more in a split safety look, giving him a little bit more, put him in a role that's a little bit more comfortable for him, or is that a product of Tre'Davious Stooks being overdrafted and us, maybe that's another draft pick where we're gonna live to regret. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I think Hezekiah Masters eventually takes over that CB2 job, and I think it won't be too long before Jeremiah McCoy finds his way into the starting lineup as well. Maybe not this year, just because it's his first year back to playing football after missing it for a full year. But in a not too distant future, and we heard him talk the other day. He's saying he's back in football shape. He said he's close to where he was at, 100, being 100%, and he still feels he was the best corner in last year's draft. He feels slighted about it. He said it's something he's always gonna feel slighted about. So hopefully he comes out there with a chip on his shoulder and proves himself. And then Dalton Johnson. What does it say about Dalton Johnson besides not a damn thing?
No, so being out at camp, I'll give you just kind of my takes. Being out there on Friday and Saturday. But IPAN, you're saying who's in the slot? Masses. So Teron Johnson was playing a lot in the slot, and Masses was strictly an outside corner. And then Alec M, does Dalton Johnson move ahead of Palomar? I'll talk about that when I kind of give my assessment of it. And then Cheeto, you said then playing more press, not cover 3, is playing to the strengths. It looks promising. Yeah, let's get rid of that cover 3, and I think we'll be all right. Going down the line, I agree with you guys with Eric Stokes. Let's just see, is Eric Stokes going to be what he was last year, right? Just a good solid number 1 corner. Let's hope that works out. Obviously, there's still a massive competition at the CB2 position, but what I will say is Hezekiah Masters, I think the hype is real. I saw one time in the red zone. A lot of times you want to see just how corners, what their instincts look like in the red zone, because now everything's tight. The quarterback is going to try to just fit the ball in extremely quickly, and so corners, you got to have good instincts. You got to have a really good break on the ball. And Hezekiah Masters, left side of the defense, brockbowers basically had his hand in the dirt as a tight end. They ran a corner route. The outside receiver ran a quick slant. Hezekiah Masters played it perfectly. He sunk inside a little bit, let the receiver go, saw Brock actually trying to hit the corner, and Masters picked off Kirk Cousins perfectly. Just read it great. He's doing a really good job of being able to just break up passes, kind of staying really sticky to the receivers. So definitely, I think Hezekiah Masters is going to push for that CB2. So Darren Porter doesn't look bad out there. But again, nothing that kind of just pops off. Teron Johnson, he looks good. Not going to lie. Teron Johnson looks like he's been there, done that. I think without question, he is going to be the starting nickel on this defense. We'll see just kind of how it plays out as time goes on, but I think he's definitely he solidified that starting position. Jeremy Chin out there, I think he's going to be a big nickel, big box safety, similar like he played last year. But Isaiah Palomar, if Robbie Leonard, which it looks like we're now going to run 2 high safeties, I think that's perfect for Isaiah Palomar. If he brings over again, what he learned with Brian Flores and stuff like that, I think we can see the Isaiah Palomar that we had in 2024. And if we see that, I don't see where Dalton Johnson fits, because Dalton Johnson, he's not very big out there at all. And I think it's Isaiah Palomar's job to lose at this point. So obviously we have good depth, which is good. I think that's definitely a positive you can take from this. But I think we also have a ton of question marks because at the end of the day, this is a secondary that's guarding Jack Besh. That's guarding a Jalen Naylor, which isn't a true number one. He's a number two at best. He could be a really good number two, at least. That's just my assessment. And so it's not like this DB room is going against some of the best receivers in the NFL or really, really good competition. So what's it going to look like when they do go against some really good receivers? Is all this going to fall apart? So I think there's definitely going to be some competition, but the two guys that really popped out to me in training camp was Teron Johnson for sure and Hezekiah Masses. So I do think the hype is a little bit real with Masses. So
yeah, man. I only got one thing to say.
Go for it.
Last year, right around this time, maybe a little bit earlier than this, Chip Kelly compared 805's boy, your boy, 805, your guy. Compare Jordan Meredith to Jason Kelsey. Just last week, we had Joe Woods compare Hezekiah Masses to who? Right, we destroyed Chip Kelly when he called Jordan Meredith. He compared him just slightly
to the warden.
He just slightly to Jason Kelsey, just slightly. And now we got Joe Woods comparing Hezekiah Masses to Denzel Ward, the guy that's been a top 5 corner since he was drafted out of Ohio State.
Yeah, he compared him to the warden.
Compared him to Denzel Ward.
Hey.
Been a top 5 corner.
Hey, it's because we don't like Chip Kelly, bro. Joe Woods get a pass.
Yeah.
We don't like
where's
Chip
my
Kelly
guy Federo? Look at it. You hear this bias, Federo?
Now
this
is bias.
In this voice, you hear this bias in these voices.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'm
disgusted.
For the record, I ain't liking from the beginning.
But again, we'll see when real competition walks to that door and they got to guard some damn good receivers, and then we'll really see what this DB room looks like. But at the end of the day, yes, a lot of competition. But again, like we looked at with all the other players, we do not have a single rookie within the starting lineup as it stands right now. We're all our rookies making an impact. So, all right. Let's go. We're going to go back up to the big screen, man. Again, appreciate it. We're going to just do a quick kind of rundown of this game tomorrow. We got one more game, or we got one more, less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. That first preseason game is going to be over, man. It's exciting. Again, shout out to anybody that's going to be out there. Hit me up if you're going to be out there. Let's link up. Have a beer. Again, I'll be in the 205 section, so I'll be on the torch side, just chilling, having a good time. Myself, Fu, Chris, Nate's going to be there. We're going to have some fun. So, chat, let's start with the offense. What are you looking for tomorrow in preseason? What position group? What player? What are you looking for and paying attention to just on the offensive side? Then we'll talk about the defensive side right after that. So, Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Just some of the things on the offense that you're looking forward to watching.
I just want to see what is the level of basic execution along the offensive line, right? Like last year after the preseason game when Genty struggled and it didn't look good, partly his fault. And I said after the game, I criticized Genty and I criticized the run game as a whole. And people are like, oh, Severe, you're being too critical. It's just preseason. It's vanilla. And I was like, bro, I don't care if it's just preseason, right? Like the fundamentals of football don't change.
Yeah.
Right? The fundamentals of football don't change. So if you can't execute your blocks in a vanilla scheme, why am I to expect you to be able to execute something in a more complex scheme, doing more complex things, right? So let's see what our execution looks like on the basic fundamentals of football. How are we blocking? Are we making the correct reads? Or guys running the correct routes? Like just stuff like that. Are they getting the correct depth? Just the basic fundamentals of football. Are we doing that well? And that will show me a lot. If we're executing well on just the fundamentals, that will say, you know what, these guys, maybe they're ready. I don't think they're going to win a bunch still, but maybe they're ready to begin that next phase that will put them in place to take the next step.
Yeah, man, we got a couple coming in. Alec M, you're right and left guard, so you're definitely trying to look at the offensive line as well. Pigs. I'm interested in seeing some tape to make my own player comps, but it's fun.
Denzel Ward was different. Denzel Ward's different though.
He is for sure. Yeah, I'll give my take a little bit on this as well. But Chris, man, what's your thoughts? What are you looking for tomorrow on the offensive side?
On offense, man, I want to see these year 2 players. I want to see Jack Best show something. I want to see Thornton show something. I know we're not going to see much of Genty, but I know he lost some weight. I want to see some extra burst, from him. Pause. Want to see JPJ. Definitely want to see my guy JPJ. Want to make sure he still has that violent demeanor about himself. Want to see DJ Glaze, So I mean, honestly, as bad as we were, I want to see a lot. Just like Severe said, it's like, of course we're going to be out there vanilla, but I want to see our guys win their one-on-one matchups. Win your rep. Win more than you lose. I want to see the offensive line communicating. God damn, like I don't want to see no Tyree Wilson type sacks where guys are just running unblocked. Like, just win your rep. And then I just want to see the year 2 and the year 3 guys just take a step up. If I see that, I'll be satisfied. I'm not worried about the score or anything like that. I just want to see some development.
Yeah, so
but he didn't take the sugar out of his tank.
Sure did.
So before I kind of get into what I'm looking for on the offensive side, and I agree with you guys. Clint Kubiak said the starters are going to get a lot of, or they're going to get some playing time, but he also said Fernando Mendoza is going to.
Oh, he should get a lot.
Plenty of opportunity. So the question I got for the chat is, how much of Mendoza do you want to see, chat? Is it a quarter? Is it 2? Is it 3? How much of Mendoza do you want to see? And before I get into my breakdown, Chris, I'll throw it to you first. How much of Mendoza do you want to see tomorrow?
I mean, I know I'm not going to see half, but I would love to see a half. But if I can get a solid quarter out of him, I like that. Yeah, I like to see a solid quarter for sure. Nothing less than that though. But I'd love to see a half though.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like maybe like I want to see Kirk for like 2 drives max, and then the rest of the first half should be basically all Fernando Mendoza. Maybe like the third quarter and half of the fourth, Aiden, and then throw Jacob Clark a bone out there. Let Jacob Clark, let him make a UFL roster.
Right.
What was really weird is on Saturday when Kirk Cousins had to sit because of the whole scuffle thing that they had. And so Mendoza basically got all the reps for the most part in full team. I thought that was, I wonder if they did that on purpose because it was a Saturday, which they're probably expecting more people to show up. And Mendoza got 90% of the snaps. Aiden O'Connell got the rest. And Jacob Clark got 0 reps in full team, not a single snap, just standing out there in 115-degree weather doing absolutely nothing. Just like, so
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't know, just kind of threw that out there. So Jeff, you got 0. Omega, you want to see 2. Cheeto, you want to see 2 quarters. Jeff, you want to see nothing but Aiden O'Connell. All right, okay. MG's 1 quarter for Mendoza. Love Tim, AOC first half, Fernando second half. Alec, a quarter would be good for Mendoza. LV, I want at least a half. Let's see. Okay. So I definitely want to see at least a full half out of Mendoza. I want a full half without question. Severe, actually, I agree. I'd like to see Kirk Cousins get at least 1 or 2 drives just because you gotta see Kirk Cousins with his arm. Like, I want to see him just be able to kind of get a little bit of chemistry with the receivers, get some timing down, some real live action. It's the only way you can do it. So we'll see. We'll see if that works out. But obviously, I want to see the O-line gel. I want to see the offensive line just work as a unit. We only have this preseason game and 2 more games to really figure this thing out. They have guys slotted in already. You brought in a guy, Spencer Burford, that Clint Kubiak you have history with. And so I want to see this offensive line gel as quickly as possible. So we'll see if that works out. When it comes to receivers, I want to see Jack Besh. Jack Besh, you got to do something. Deontay Thornton, Severus, to your point with the year 2 guys, or Chris, you might have mentioned it, year 2 guys. Jack Besh, Deontay Thornton, like, prove that you are still on this team.
The time's now, man. The time's now.
Like, I didn't see Deontay Thornton. He wasn't even at practice on Friday and Saturday when I went. And I have heard it's been crickets between those 2 guys. So,
and he's been playing like gunner and shit, hasn't he? Like on special teams, like
yeah. Oh
yeah.
my god, that looked terrible too.
So, for me, it's like those 2 guys. Just show me something. Oh, Omega, you're saying that Thornton has an injury? Is that why?
Yeah, he is injured. It might be, and I speculated it might be a stash move. Maybe they know he's not ready, and maybe they know that they might have to cut him, but they still want to see if there's a potential there to mine, so they might IR him and keep him around for a little while.
Yeah. And you got Pack owner. You're saying Cousins continues to find teams to pay him without a return. Greatest agent.
Greatest agent, man,
of all time.
Yeah.
Geez, I want to see Mendoza not pat the ball before he throws it.
They killed Shedeur for that, bro. Killed Shedeur.
Yeah.
Skewered him.
That was one of my biggest concerns with him.
Yeah.
And here's just a slight difference. So this is why I'm not necessarily too worried about Mendoza patting the ball. I know people have been talking about it. Is every quarterback pats the ball, but go watch Mendoza do it versus what Shedeur did. So Mendoza, when he pats the ball, it still delays his release. It's not great, but it's not this massive like pat and this huge extension of a throw with Shedeur. The problem with Shedeur is literally Mendoza takes the ball and he'll pat the ball from here. He'll pat and then get into his throw. Shedeur, he opens, then he pats, and then he drops and winds. Like it's just the longest action. So if you go watch the 2, there's big differences between Mendoza patting the ball and Shedeur. Can Mendoza shorten up the pat? Yes, he can, and be possibly quicker with the throw. Yeah, but Shedeur patting the ball, it's not just the pat, it's the open, then he pats it, and then he winds up with the throw. And that's why, honestly, he was late on a lot of seams and dig routes in Colorado, and it just, not good. Again, that's why the 3rd round grade. The thing with Mendoza, I want to see 2 quarters, but I know a lot of people, the beat writers, a lot of people, they're going to get really hyped up. If Fernando Mendoza goes out and he hits a running back into the flats and be like, hey, man, he completed the pass. Great. No. What I want to see with Fernando, if he can get at least a half, I want to see how Fernando goes through progression.
Yeah.
I want to see his pocket presence. I want to see his accuracy when he's not just throwing a simple 1-read flat route. Like, we know he can do that. In practice, there was a couple times where he ran, or he threw a pass to an outside receiver that ran a very simple, basic 8 to 9 yard out route. Okay, we know he can do that. That's fine. And it looks good. Good velocity on the ball, good ball placement. He did that at Indiana. I want to know what you look like when you get to your 3rd and 4th progression. I want to know, are you navigating the pocket well? That was one of my biggest concerns with Fernando. When it's not a clean pocket, he just has bad pocket presence. He's got bad vision in the pocket. So I just want to see if he does kind of get that 5-7 step drop. Cool. Let's just see how you navigate the pocket. Do your eyes drop way too early? Because again, at Indiana, we showcased a lot. His eyes drop very quickly, and now he's scanning the pass rush as opposed to actually continue to see the development of his receivers. So those are just things that I'm looking for. And hopefully that we just kind of see improvement on it and see that he can do it. So those are the things that I'm looking for on the offensive side. So what up, Ben? What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you popping up in here.
Oh, that's his news channel. I didn't know that was him.
He's got the
Salute,
Silver and Black
salute,
Lounge.
man.
Yeah,
Check out my
anytime
boy
anytime
Ben's
you see
channel, man.
saludos, see saludos.
Oh yeah, that's a salute.
yeah.
Yeah, I should have known that was him.
Yeah.
Salute to Ben.
That first I saw it,
Hey.
I was like, what? It's like-
Always hitting you with the lives at night too, which is fire, man. So appreciate you. All right, let's go real quick. Defense, and then we're gonna get out of here again. Let us know if you're gonna be at the game tomorrow. We'll be out there, or I'll be out there, but also week 1 home opener. If you're gonna be out there, let us know. Severe, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. Chat, let me know what you're really gonna focus on tomorrow at the game as it relates to the defensive side of the ball. Severe, what's your thoughts on the defensive side? What you looking for?
Initially I want to see what N'Kobe and Quay look like out there in the beginning of the game. See how those guys moving. I don't expect them to be out there too long. But after that, man, we just talked about it. I want to see these draft picks, namely mental reps. I want to see what he does, Mr. Red Jersey himself.
Oh man.
So I want to see what he looks like, and then the young guys in the secondary, whether it be Porter, Masses, see how much McCoy plays. I want to see what these guys look like in an NFL setting, right? Obviously, everybody on the field, it won't be NFL caliber competition because a lot of those dudes going to be studying for their real estate license next week. But but at least like in the NFL setting. See what they do, see how they look out there, see how they react. I think that's gonna be big, and especially with guys like Porter and Masses, I think that's a competition right now. So just see how those guys compete. See what Stoops does. Him and Isaiah Palamao right now are essentially competing because, as you already said, Teron Johnson has done locked up the nickel spot, so there's only one spot left for Stoops to play, and that's free safety. And right now Isaiah Palamao is ahead of him. So just to see what the competition brings out of these dudes. See how they react to their first play in Allegiant, right? There's gonna be a lot of these guys first time playing in an NFL stadium. So I want to see how they handle that.
Yeah, and Cheeto, I was saying with Mitch. I went to the open practice yesterday again with Nate, Fu, Chris, and Ginslinger in blue came with, and they went to go find Mitch, and apparently Mitch didn't show up. I don't know. So, or didn't show up where he was supposed to be. I don't know. So, but because I think Mitch was out there yesterday. Ruben, what's going on, man? You're saying I'd like to see how stick the DBs are in coverage. I'm assuming Rob is going to run a lot of shell, simulated pressures, a lot of cover 4-man coverage. Yeah, we'll see how it looks because obviously it's preseason, right? Everything's going to be pretty vanilla. You're just trying to figure out just what your personnel looks like, and so I'm not sure if we're going to see a lot of blitzing and a lot of pressure. I think it's going to be pretty basic, but he could surprise us and throw some things out there.
He might get an itchy trigger finger. This is gonna be his first time calling defense as a defensive coordinator. So he might throw one or two out there. But yeah, I think he's saying we're running a lot of like similar, just fake it and then drop back into coverage. We're gonna see a whole bunch of man coverage, and that's where a guy like Masses and a guy like McCoy, that's low key where they should shine.
Ben, you want to? For the defense, you want McCoy, Crawford, and Masses. You're kind of making sure you keep an eye on those guys. Omega, you got Tonka and Masses as well. And then, Ben, you hit back on the offense. I want to see the O-line, Benson and Mike Washington. Yeah, Mike Washington should get some burn out there. It'll be good to see him. Alec Crawford going to play, or is he – or he has a corner or something? That's brutal. Love Tim. McCoy needs a pick. Yeah, we'll see him get out there. In general, I want to see what it is. What is the drop between the first and second units for defense? Look at linebackers for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
one. All right, Chris, man, thoughts on the defense? What you looking for?
For me, early on, one thing I always want to see is like how these guys can actually tackle. Coming into their first preseason game because. They're not doing. They haven't done no tackles, like really taking guys to the ground as of yet. So I want to see if guys are going to be disciplined. Going to tackle properly. But as far as players go, you know, just kind of like I said before, like I want to see those year 2 players, man. See if there's any progression, you know, with the Darian Porters, you know, Tonka, you know, want to see what JJ can do. But then I'm really excited to see the young corners. You know, I want to see Masses, I want to see McCoy, want to see what those guys can do. Stooks better do something, and Crawford, but like those two guys, man, I'm watching them so closely, man. But honestly, I can't lie. Like this is gonna be one of those preseason games that I'm gonna be excited to watch to the very end. Like I want to see all these guys play. You know, even all the way to Brandon Cleveland. Like I really liked him as, you know, a guy that, you know, I thought he was more of a nose, but I'm actually more excited to actually watch the defense and the offense, to be quite honest. You know, because I think eventually the offense will click. But you know, there's a lot of young guys, young pieces on defense that could be variables going forward. So I'm excited to see a lot of those guys.
Yeah, 100%. Nada, what's going on, man? When it comes to defense, I'll just take that down. When it comes to defense, honestly, like you guys are saying, right? Who's going to be that second cornerback? Who's going to be that second corner opposite Eric Stokes? It's going to be a competition, so I think we're going to be watching that all preseason. So I think that's going to be pretty exciting. Stooks, definitely want to watch him and just see why are you not breaking that starting lineup. Definitely the second year guys. I'm actually really excited to just watch this interior D line rotation. If Tonka is the guy, you know, then is he better than Jonah Laulu, right? You brought in who's the big boy, Benito. You went out, you brought him in. So what does he look like? You know, has JJ Pegues fallen off? Now he didn't do very well last year, but you saw some flashes to where you're like, okay, this kid might be able to find a spot somewhere, but he looks like he's so buried in the depth chart, and that was a draft pick last year. So we'll just kind of see how that works out. But I'm really curious what this interior D-line group looks like. I want to see the rotation, just who's going to spark. Brandon Cleveland, because a lot of people are saying that there's a good chance Brandon Cleveland's not going to make this team.
Oh,
so if, you know, that's going to be another, you know, Cam Miller and Tommy Malott situation where these guys just don't make the team, and now it's just a bust of draft picks, you know. So I'm excited to watch the interior D line and just see kind of how it works. But then, you know, if Kuntz gets a lot of burn, I want to see just how quick does Kuntz look like off the line of scrimmage. Can we get the 2024 Kuntz back? But either way, it's exciting. We got preseason week 1, less than 24 hours, man. It's gonna be fun. Ruben, real quick, you're saying the difference of talent drop-offs with the D-line and O-line make the D-line guys flash more, in my opinion, in terms of talent around the league. A lot of decent D-line depth. Not usually the case with your offensive tackles.
That's true.
Johnny, you're looking for a drop McCoy. I'd be curious if I'm sure he'll play, but I'm wondering how much he'll play. I'm wondering if they're going to really kind of ease him in because of that injury. So,
I mean, Kubiak said it was like basically he said he's going to play. He said that we're not going to ask you to do anything out there that we don't ask you to do in practice. So,
yeah,
you know, I think he's going to
play. He better not be returning no punts. I know that. That's gonna piss me off, man. That's gonna piss me off.
Oh my god, man.
We'll end it with one thing, just so everybody can kind of take it, because we saw it at training camp. But Cheeto, you want to see some Cedric Jackson? We'll see if we get some burnout there, man. We definitely had some high hopes from him last year. Alec, I think I saw Tonka won some weight room award as strongest Raider. Shit.
Yeah,
all right, good for him, man.
I forget what it was for, but he won a weight room award.
Rose down in the building. What's going on? The one thing I will say is everybody want to talk about the competition between Matt Gay and Tokyo Toe. So being out there on Friday and Saturday, Tokyo Toe did not look good at all. Just to be real, I want to say he missed 4 kicks on Friday. 3 of them were chip shots. I mean, I'm talking inside the 40, and he just missed them.
Where Carlson at, man? Shit.
The last one, it was a 60-yarder, and Tokyo Toe is not known for, you know, the distance on the leg, and it just went completely far right. Like you could just tell he put everything he had and completely shanked it. And then he was missing, so he missed a couple kicks on Saturday, and then he was missing some yesterday at open practice. So, Matt Gay, he's more consistent.
He don't got a strong leg though.
He doesn't have a strong leg either.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see just kind of how this works out. But he was definitely more consistent. I want to say Matt Gay made every single one of his kicks on Friday. I think he might have missed one on Saturday. He was fairly consistent yesterday, but I don't think there's much competition. We're probably looking at Matt Gay being our kicker, and that might be a little rough because he's not that good either.
Yeah. Where was he last year? He was he not the Lions? Was
he? It was somewhere terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was at.
I don't know. Not a pot. Why haven't we brought in Matt Prater? I don't know. Bringing anybody at this point. Omega, cut our future D tackle, Laki Tassi. If he does, I forget who I was talking to. I said, if Laki Tassi does anything for the Titans this year, I'm going to be pissed. Even if he's just a good rotational piece, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, he went to the Titans?
Yeah.
Oh man, and
he gonna learn from Simmons,
from Jeffrey Simmons. But think about it, the Titans. I want to say they just lost Tavondre Sweat. I want to say right. Tavondre Sweat
hurt?
went to the. No, I think Tavondre Sweat got traded to the Jets. I believe
they traded him.
I believe he got traded to the Jets, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he went to the Jets. So,
nah.
Yeah,
old boy from Texas.
Tavondre Sweat, yeah, the old boy's running mate, the dude that's in Seahawks, yeah, his running mate. I want to say Tavondre Sweat got traded to the Jets. So
that's insane if they did that. That's insane.
Yep. So
no.
So I mean, so
Saleh with Robert Saleh as their coach.
Yeah.
That's weird. I'm surprised.
That's what I'm saying, and Robert Saleh bringing them in, like,
yeah.
Hey, just if we see flashes at Laki Tassi during the season, yeah, I think this entire panel is gonna be pretty pissed.
What's gonna piss me off is our boy. If our boy Willie Lamp.
Oh, bro, he's serving too.
Willie Lamp comes out there and handles business. It's gonna be a problem.
Where's our boy? Where's Dre? Where's Dre for show at?
Yeah, that's what's gonna piss me off.
He out there.
Or too. If Will Johnson get a, never mind. I ain't gonna say it, bro. Y'all ain't gonna hear the end of it if he get a pick tomorrow.
Nate was able to witness the real Tokyo Toe. All right, I was 100% on Saturday.
You're the
go kick, okay? Or Friday, 100%.
I did see your kick, but your throwing was a little shaky.
No. See,
that throw was a little shaky, man.
Hold up, was it G-Fam? He tried to say something. I was like, you know what, hey. It was a total of 6 throws. I made one. All right. But that was just 5 warm-ups and then 1 real throw. That's what it was. Okay. It's 6:30 in the morning.
Actually, I feel like Cheeto and Raquel, they spun it a little bit better, man.
Let a 42-year-old warm up.
The emergency quarterback couldn't get it done.
I'm just saying what I saw. I could be wrong, though.
5 warm-ups, 1 real throw. That's what it was. All right. I got on the real one.
All right, emergency quarterback. I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have to look.
It was
elsewhere.
In the morning. The sun was just rising, so the shadows were, there were shadows. Okay,
it was overcast. You couldn't really see the shadows were playing tricks with the target. The depth perception was off. My depth perception.
You guys weren't there. Okay, you guys weren't there.
That's true. That's true. Right? I'm going by what the beat writer said.
It was you were throwing the back shoulder throw. That's what it was.
Oh, the back shoulder
target.
Okay,
you throwing the back shoulder.
There it is.
Throw at that point.
I'm a big RPO guy. I don't know what to tell you guys. Okay, I'm a big RPO guy. All right, cool. Hey, we're gonna get out of here, man. We appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. Again, before you get out, double tap that screen, hit the like button, hit the sub button. We will be back Sundays. We hit you on Wednesdays. Sundays are back. Sunday evenings around 6:30. We're gonna rock out from this point forward and have some fun. We took a little hiatus in the off season, just to kind of get right. But we're back. Wednesdays and Sundays. But before we get out of here, man, again, double tap that screen, hit the sub button. We appreciate everybody. But Severe, let everybody know where they can find you and what you got going throughout the week.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, Kick, Twitch, Truth Social.
There you go.
Wait for that one. Truth Social.
For me, man.
Still over there rocking out, man. You know, I'm about to about to buy some crypto from over here. So y'all wish me luck. Yeah, man, still rocking out. You know what it is. Wednesdays and back now by popular demand. Sundays in the Raider War Room, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, my guy Pharaoh, NFL, the 50-50 show, and Around the Shield. So tap in with your boy, man. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hype the video, send Jules. I don't know what that does, but send them. I'm good with it.
the poop shoot, Jules. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they are, man. But hey, send them. If you got them, hey,
yeah, send them.
Yeah, we'll accept them. Chris, man, let me know what you got rocking.
First of all, salute to Severe. He got another person on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So the one that was solid last year brought a friend. I saw the two. Oh, hey, salute to that person.
I'm progressing like Fernando, bro. Slowly.
There
slowly
it is, man. There it is.
Slowly but surely.
There it is, man.
Look
at
Jules, there we go. The Jules coming in, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever those mean.
We got more.
There it go. Salute to the Jules, man. Salute.
Appreciate you guys.
But yeah, it's your boy Chris, Protect the Shield podcast, man. Just getting back here with my boys, man. So every Wednesday, Sunday, we're gonna rock out. Started up my show again with Dub Raider. I think he drops it on Sunday now. So make sure you subscribe to my boy Dub. Everyone that's gonna be in, I already said it before, but everyone's going to the home opener. Make sure you guys rock with us, man. The three of us will be out there kicking it, having a good time, man. Hit us up on IG or something, man, and link up with us, grab a drink. We're gonna be out there kicking it all weekend, and then people that's gonna be around for week 3 in New Orleans. We have a big party going on Bourbon Street, private party. All you can drink, all you can eat. It's going down, so definitely hit us up.
100%. Jeff throwing those. Jeff, let me know. Are you writing those words in, or is that what the jewels are?
No, that's a jewel. Yeah, that's the name of it. So when that poopy one, that was just the name of it.
Got it.
Yeah,
but
he would be the one that names it though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he would.
Yeah, that is.
He would.
But you already know, because you already know if Jeff was gonna drop jewels and he got to name it, you already know the name he's going with. You already know that he's going with. Hot dog water. Everyone will be hot dog water. Everyone.
Jeff. But yeah, shout out to Jeff. Jeff will be out here in the home opener, man. Can't wait for you to come out because
Jeff gonna be out there.
Yeah, you know, lifelong Raider fan. You're coming out and you're gonna be able to attend your first Raider game.
Yeah,
which is awesome, man. So shout out to you out here, man. It's gonna be a good time. But if y'all don't know, I'm 805 Raider. My channel is Real Talk Raider Nation. I basically just go live with these guys in the Raider War Room on Sundays and Wednesdays. I might do a live. Who knows? I might drop a video here and there. Haven't done that in a long time, but you never know when it'll pop back up. Try to throw some shorts out there, but if you want to catch me, you could definitely catch me in the War Room with these guys. And we bring in some game film as well. A lot of people, you may not agree with what we say, but we do it live just so you guys know, hey, this is our opinion, this is our take, and we share it with you, and we accept any feedback that y'all give us. So we have some fun, but we just try to keep it as real as possible. So appreciate y'all, man. Hey, look, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, but less than 24 hours into our first preseason game. It's going to be fun. So, hey, also, I'll be out there at the preseason game. Hit me up. Let me know. I'm going to be around the Torch 205 section. I will be there rocking out with Nate, Turf, Phil, Chris, those guys, man. It's going to be fun. So have a great rest of your evening.
Watch out for Turf, man. Keep Turf, because Turf been a little emotional lately, man. So to watch out for Turf, man. Don't let him. Keep him away from sharp objects. Keep him away from heights.
We're gonna make sure
away from Tommy Eichenberg. Like, keep him away.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna make sure
away from Genty.
Everybody get Turf.
Keep away from Mendoza for sure too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The last 3 top picks are Mendoza, Turf, Mendoza, Genty, and Bowers. All 3 of them.
Yeah. Turf's only been happy with what's his name? Tommy Malott. What's his name?
Oh yeah, touchdown Tommy.
Yeah, that was the only one
man.
he like.
That is. You're right. That's the only one. That's the only one that
was
put
a
a
boy.
smile on Turf's face.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
to
That
him.
was a boy. He was happy he could be.
Oh.
I ain't never seen Turf so happy.
He tried to prepare everybody for what Tommy Malott was going to be.
Oh my god.
He tried to prepare everybody.
Oh, he prepared us all right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whole bunch of nothing.
Dude. All right, we're gonna get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate just the subs, the viewers, the jewels. Apparently, appreciate y'all,
Appreciate
man.
you guys,
Hey, have a
man.
great rest of your evening. Hey, and tap back in with us. We're gonna break this preseason game down on Sunday. So appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your week. We'll see you on the next one. We're out of here.